between BetBoom and Team Spirit. I'm only Pixel with Fog. Fog, we just had the draft. Exciting stuff going on in there, of course. We have BetBoom pretty much banning out all the carries.
Every single one.
On Spirit, he ends up with the Luna.
Yeah.
It's not an unpopular carry, but out of the carries in this patch and in this tournament, it is one of the ones that hasn't been winning as much.
Yeah, it's definitely been struggling, and in particular versus burst damage in some of these games where the hero just dies before you're able to actually use it, and holy moly, there's a lot of burst on the side of BetBoom. But I think both teams got what they wanted, so I think we're in for an absolute treat. You know, Save, I actually haven't gotten to see him play his Pugna as much this tournament because he's been getting some of his other heroes, his Muerta in particular, so I'm looking forward to that one. But I'm also looking forward to this Primal Beast Earth Spirit frontline Blade Mail carriers, because there's a lot of uncontrollable damage that can come out from BetBoom. So yeah, we'll see how these lanes go down. BetBoom has been, of course, spectacular in a lot of these lanes, the way they can kind of get ahead and stay ahead. But Spirit, they've been very good at comebacks. So, yeah, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, and well, this mid lane in particular, we had Kiyotaka coming in with the last pick, getting the Queen of Pain this time round. Is this already a matchup where you could see Lyle potentially being in for a tough time in the laning phase, or how do you imagine he's going to do here?
I've seen them do pretty okay, actually. It's supposed to be that lane dominator, but a lot of the players are just going for screams so you can actually play the game. So I've seen the Earth Spirits do better than expected. Kiyotaka should win the lane, but Laurel, don't think he'll be completely shut down unless we do see 2 points in Dagger after the early level point of Scream. But I don't think Kiyotaka will do that, so we shall see. Bottom, early aggression immediately is going to come out. The Tusk in particular. The two supports, I would say, on the side of BetBoom have been the two scariest ones for me in terms of laning pressure. Tusk just seems to win almost all his lanes, Pugna as well. I would say Spirits, they take a little bit more time, a bit more gold in particular, give it more levels. Mostly for the Bat Rider. Ench does secure most lanes pretty much as you hit that level 3 when you have level 2 enchant. But yeah, just been a treat to watch these Pugnas and Tusks inside that laning phase.
Absolutely. I mean, this top lane, saved him Miposhka.
Duking it out.
Seeing who sort of backs down first.
And so far, Laurel yet to miss a CS. So he was able to get 8 and 1. So he is securing every single one with his boulder smashes in the mid lane for the first 2 waves.
So would you consider this top lane a tough one for Satanic on the Luna, or is kind of the presence of the Enchantress enough to give him the space against these two with the aggressive burst early on, the Sanking and the Pugna?
The double ranged has had pretty good success versus the Sanking in particular. I'm just wondering if the Pugna is going to be one to turn it around, but we shall see. Because you also can suffer a little bit as these Gyros and Lunas that I've seen. You're not like this Shadow Fiend where you play even further in the lane. You can get caught by a stun into a Caustic under the creep wave into all that damage. So we'll see how Satanic plays it with the backup of Miposhka.
Yeah, early days, but looking at the state of the two carries, we're going to find a similar amount of farm from these first few waves. Thanks to this bottom lane, and as you mentioned, of course, there's great aggressive potential. Tusk backing up the Gyro, but while having that battle on the other team you were saying to me earlier, well, this is a pretty good support for sort of breaking down, breaking apart what a Tusk plus a carry is going to be running at you with in a lane. Yeah,
that's what we were talking about backstage a bit. There is the every time that the tag team gets popped, that's the nice thing about having Bat. You flame break, push them away so they can't just use it at the maximum. Gyro, of course, ranged can to an extent, but at least a way to protect Malik. And we are seeing them, they're taking quite a bit of a beating up here. He got a good stun under the creep wave onto Satanic there. He took a ton of damage.
And they landed it pretty nicely. I mean, Miposhka also falling
very low
before he got that heal off.
Save got Lotus.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
Miposhka should be fine, but already seeing the lane separation. BetBoom, as we said, most of the games they've been very dominant coming out of the lanes. Right now it is looking at least a bit similar in terms of pressure.
It is showing a little bit, yeah.
These denies in particular, right? They've
adds up.
They've already got 16 denies across the board to, what, 5? Not even including the supports. Those things absolutely do matter. Gyro, I think, in particular, has been one... It's just a lane dominator. It's a lane winner in most situations. Miro, he's got a healing Lotus. He's all right. And now starting to see the 2 points in Shadow Strike, the effect that it's having in the mid lane, too. Kiyotaka did go down that route, so we are going to see him start to apply that pressure onto Laurel.
And overall, if Spirit do have kind of a tough time getting out the laning stage, how much of sort of bad news is that for their draft this game, would you say?
Earth Spirit and Primal can fight pretty good early on without having too many of these items. As top save.
Oh.
He gets caught out from the creep.
Now get that first blood. Nicely done there by Spirit. They're able to push forward and get him. At the same time, down bottom, BetBoom will strike back and take out Malik. But yeah, the team spirit there with a quicker move top secures themselves the first blood.
Miposhka getting the 3. As soon as that creep comes out, the Ench classic, able to find that setup onto save. Played a little too over-aggressive there. Yeah, though Spirit, I think both sides just have explosive damage and a good chunk of team fight in particular from Spirit. So even if they do fall behind in laning phase, I would say they can fight.
Sure,
because the power of Burst Bear, the power of Primal Beast, they do damage even if they don't have that many items in the early game, as long as they have levels. But there is, of course, going to be the double save as well, that BetBoom can set up in some situations with the Pugna, with the Tusk. Malik really getting slowed down. I did not think that he was going to have that hard of a time, even though it's Gyro, Tusk, probably 2 of the strongest laners. He slowed down a significant amount here, after dying too, so 17-4 and that 1 death.
Yeah, it seems like Kataomi's has been able to do a pretty good job at just running Brew out the lane.
Yep.
You know, a lot of the time we're seeing him sort of chase the bat away and just get that chance for Pure to CS solo against Malik. And so far with the play, Pure just giving a bit of a masterclass really on the last hit against this Gyro, against this Primal, 36 and 9 against the 18 and 5. He's got double the last hits already 5 minutes in. Yeah,
he's having a fantastic start. And the other thing to point out too is that Rue, I think most of these games, right, it's been Miposhka playing the Batrider. So maybe a bit of a difference there where he's not as comfortable as well, because we're seeing him back up, he's going for stacks, and every time he backs up to go for that stack, that's when they go straight at, like, super aggressive onto Malik down here. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that, because Miposhka, of course, wants to play his Ench, but we'll see if that ends up causing any
top lane, they try and make a go for Miro.
He's got a Lotus.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. The Pinecone not able to finish off the job.
But that the Enchantress level 3 is starting to really secure that farm for Satanic. He is almost matching the Gyro in terms of the CS now because of that level 3, because of the creep. Power Rune, who's going to get it? Laurel, with the quick swing over, will be able to snag that one away and get his Bounty Rune. Good roll. Did see the double rotation from the supports on the side of BetBoom, and he's still able to grab that rune. He's 6 now. Very good timing for him. Kiyotaka's put the 3rd point in the dagger too, so really wanting to bully him out of the lane. As they've said on panel, and I think we've always talked about ad nauseum about the co-op that does hurt your rotations a little bit. We'll see how he wants to skill up afterwards if he does get that point in the Sonic Wave, because he's holding a skill point for the moment if he feels like he needs to go for that for rotation.
Yeah.
Or just a pressure for lane for the Scream.
I mean, I guess the thing is at the moment, right, he feels that the side lanes, they're not really in any sort of
not yet
panic or sort of need for him to come and rotate that soon, right? He can continue to just sit mid and make sure that the Spirit isn't getting free farm.
Nice shards.
Still going to be able to charge on forward. He'll dodge it with the snowball.
He should be fine. They use
indeed,
majority.
Yeah, very nice moves with the shards and the snowballs to get away from the efforts of the both of them. Won't be able to steal their Wisdom Rune. Of course, so Spirit, they have that secured.
Yeah, he's been masterclassing it really on this Tusk in so many of these games. That little play, I thought maybe he just dies because of that, if they were able to stick on top of him, but he played it actually perfectly with the shards and snowball.
Dire are scanning.
Slight advantage at the moment for the side of BetBoom, and Pure with that slight advantage, it looks like he is starting to make an aggressive move in the scan. I don't think
it's in the mid.
Kiyotaka.
They're going for him.
He's in trouble.
Indeed, with the wraparound coming in from both supports. Kiyotaka, blink on cooldown, nowhere to jump, nowhere to go. They push him for the kill. They'll be able to get some pressure onto the tier 1 mid. So.
The Miposhka Classic, just making that early rotation.
And that's the smart thing as well there from Spirit, that when that play was going on, it's not like they're leaving someone up top to get caught out by this pure rotation from the Twin Gate, right? Satanic, he's backed off completely from the tower, so BetBoom, they don't really have a clear way to punish the fact that Spirit put both of their supports towards the mid lane.
They threw the scan out. I think it actually did end up clipping them when they were going through the portal there. I didn't catch the end of it, but I know that they scanned around the portal area. So yeah, Satanic, he played around it beautifully, able to dodge that gank out, and a significant amount of damage onto that mid tower. It's almost at 400 HP.
That was a good little move there from Spirit.
And Laurel now, with that type of advantage, he's looking for Pure himself. The grab gets cancelled instantly.
I think he immediately decides against that.
Snowball is there.
And they've got Satanic coming in as well with the Eclipse, so this should work out. Rue, he's falling low. Kataomi's trying to chase him. Malik, he'll run down Pure, kill off the Gyro. Rue will survive. They get the 2 of them. I mean, again, Spirit might have fallen behind a little bit in the CS in the lanes, but when it comes to these early game moves, they're a step ahead. They avoid BetBoom's attempt to bring the carry Pure to the top, and then they hit them back. With a very successful play, they get the 2 kills.
Get the tower.
Again, this tower 9 minutes in. Smart stuff from Spirit.
Very nice for Laurel in particular, right? He's playing versus the quote-unquote counter matchup of the Queen of Pain, and he's the one killing the co-op and making the more advantageous move bottom. Really good play. Great kick at the end there. I thought Pure was maybe going to make his play out of it, but that kick comes through, catches him, and they'll be able to have that burst. Now a 1-2
And it was even with sort of the incredibly quick pulverizers.
It was. He canceled it instantly, but it didn't matter because they brought the extra number. Yeah, really nice moves here, Spirit. And Magnetize, it's available again. Can't quite go for Kiyotaka just yet, but could perhaps get this tower.
It's super low.
They've got this. Look at this creep. Look at it go. The Enchantress.
Nice
Be able to take it up.
No, they'll get the fortification out of them. It's pretty big. In the same time, Satanic, he's on his own top. Are they able to punish this?
They've got Epi, they've got the life drain, and they've got the Tusk.
TP's coming in though. They're going to try and back him up. And they got the burst to take him out. Lyle rolls forward. Satanic.
They got Miro.
Perfectly fine. And now further back it comes in. Satanic will finally fall for the rotation of Pure joining the fight. Pure this time
now
will be able to find that BetBoom get the cleanup. It gets a little messy there for Spirit. I mean, you could see that they were set up to try and bait with Satanic to an extent and bring him back up themselves. But BetBoom, they bring in the greater numbers. Pure's there for the sort of cleanup of the team fight. And well on the way to having that crit done and getting back on track to leveling the farm of Satanic.
They brought 5, Owen. They literally brought the entire squad to be sure that they could pressure this. A good roll from Laurel. It actually stops the Epi, so they get this kill on Miro. Otherwise, this fight would have probably been a bit of a disaster for them. They do at least get 2 kills, but BetBoom, this time they'll bring 5 to pressure Satanic and get that kill.
And with that, they do indeed get that top tier 1 tower.
This is really...
Same time that mid tower did go down.
It did.
So that's gone now.
This is really, I mean, high-tier Dota as we're expecting.
It's good stuff.
Both teams kind of matching each other's movements. It's barely, I mean, it's pretty much no lead for anybody. It's very even across the board here with these type of moves. They just, at the moment, Spirit has the benefit of taking that mid tower a little bit earlier. But yeah, farm across the board. Very even. How are these blade mills looking? Almost both of them are going to be online. So Laurel, he almost has his done, and we're going to see Malik's, and as we said, a lot of damage that you can't control.
It really, just literally against all 3 of the cores.
Yeah.
They're all going to, somebody's going to be hitting a blade mill.
Oh,
somebody's going to be hurting themselves.
They'll probably be doing it. I mean, maybe they'll probably be taking the most damage from those blade mails in comparison to the spells in particular.
At this stage of the game, highly likely, whilst the abilities aren't maxed out in these early points. So, yeah, BetBoom have to be very careful at fighting into these blade mails to the point where you will see them turn up to fights, and at this early point, they might have to just back off and pull back from the fights completely as soon as the active of the blade mail is used.
Or kill them before pop them before it gets off, right? If they can kill them in a blink stun, that's why I think we see Miero go down this route so we can have that initiation to pop heroes with the Sonic Wave. Laurel, so he said he's got the blade mail, but Miero at the ready. Laurel seems to know something's up.
He does, yeah. They were under the cover of the smoke. Malik.
Move bottom.
They're bringing TPs in. I mean, if Malik can set up... Pure.
They know. They're bringing more. BetBoom, they expect this move. They saw him with the ward on the left side there for a quick second.
Yeah, Malik's not happy with this now. Doesn't want to try and stick around and set something up. Because Lalam and Poshka were coming in to help him. But yeah, didn't quite start the move as quickly as I think he wanted to.
Yeah, they got literally just for a quick second there. And they're like, okay, he's trying to make a move on him. But yeah, double blade mails are done. So Spirit definitely can look to fight back versus any of the aggression that BetBoom probably wants to make happen first because they went for this blink build on Miero rather than the farming Bloodstone style that we've seen.
And Spirit might still find a chance here. Swinging around.
Both teams pretty much doing the same move. Rue in the mid lane versus save. Kiyotaka. He has only 1 point in Blink, so just want to continue pointing that out because he did point 3 points in the Shadow Strike. It means his Blink is going to be much lower level to be able to escape versus this Earth Spirit in particular.
Yeah, it can be risky. But also the Primal, right? If you've still got the charge forward ready, you can easily cover the gap of 1 Blink from a Queen of Pain.
He's got Shield and Dagon now, so quite a bit harder to actually go for the catch out to him. He might just survive. Both teams, I feel like we're having kind of mirror movements coming out here.
Yeah, it's a super close one. I say, well, if you look at the net worth, what kind of stands out the most, I guess, is the fact that overall Lal, he's slipped a little bit behind.
A bit.
And the fact that as the mid, he's kind of, he's going to look for the deny, not going to get it. Kiyotaka quick with the right click.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only one, right?
That's the only sort of the thing that really sticks out. You know, the carries are similar, and the off lane's in a very similar place. It's just sort of the two mids where there's a little bit of a gap.
But the important thing, though, is even though Laurel is struggling a little bit, his supports are actually having a great time. Rue, in particular, his blink is the most important thing you want to have is this timing for Battered. He's only died once. His blink's almost done. He's 400 away, so they're going to have that initiation tool from the 4 position in comparison to where BetBoom has the initiation that's just really coming from that offlaner at the moment. I think Spirit's, I mean, both teams probably pretty happy with the position, but I think Spirit, for Rue and Miposhkin in particular, they're probably like, oh, this is nice. Our 2 more greedy kind of style supports are getting good farm. Even though Inch is both, he's not really greedy, but he can scale. They're having good farm.
I think, and especially when you consider the fact that they're doing it against BetBoom, a team that has dismantled a lot of teams in the laning stage. Pretty much, pretty back-to-back in their run through this tournament so far. So a solid hold here from Spirit so far in this 14 minutes against what BetBoom have tried to catch them off guard with.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to smoke with this. They've got Malik with his Ogre Axe as well, too, 2,000 HP. They're tanky. These frontliners for the side of Spirit can soak quite a bit here versus BetBoom. They're looking to make this move. Who are they going to find? They'll see Miero, but he's got the blink.
Yeah, it's hard. BetBoom know what's going on.
Yeah. Both teams doing kind of similar, again, just similar movements of avoiding each other. Blink done on Bat.
Probably look for a smoke up with the Bat now. They got one of the ready. They do. Rue's got one ready to roll with.
That's good timing. That is quite good timing for him. We've seen a lot of them get slowed down a significant amount in these games, but Rue, he's been able to sit back and finish that one up without hemorrhaging too many kills for the team. I mean, 5 to 6. Not too much action going on. Kiyotaka now, since not much action is going on too, he's starting to get more level, so now he has 3 points in the blink, so has easier ways to get out of the fights as well.
I'm feeling the need to go straight for the BKB after the damage.
I don't blame him
this game.
Yeah, I really don't blame him. They have an immense amount of damage on the side of Team Spirit, and he doesn't want to kill himself on the blade.
It's very true. A blade mail it's in their heads.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Rue!
That's aggressive.
Offered up himself.
Oh, that is...
Just walked up and died.
Pretty big slip up when he's got the blink dagger.
I mean, that was the blink dagger reveal.
Why is he the one walking there, right?
That's not how you reveal a blink dagger.
No, that was a bit of a weird one there for sure for him. Gets punished, and now 20 seconds where BetBoom are going to look for potentially another kill because they have vision here. Malik.
Heroes in.
On 2.
He's having to get both of them in a deep. Great follow-up with the Sonic Wave. Backup's going to be coming in from Team Spirits. They'll try and turn the fight. They get the grab in on towards Mira. They're taking him out as well as Katsuomi. Satanic ready to continue cleaning up more as they'll go straight towards save. Double kill for Satanic. They're rolling in onto Kiyotaka. They'll blink back up in a second. Any further way to chase this?
Blinked into a stone.
Indeed, the stones keep the magnetize going. Malik, he's in there.
They got him.
Rue able to finish off the job. He may have died at the start of it, but he's there for the cleanup. And you know what?
They don't lose anyone.
They get 4 kills.
An aggressive move that BetBoom wanted to make, but Spirit, even though they don't have their bat, they bring the numbers, and those tanky bruisers that we were mentioning, even Enchantress, tankier than they maybe expected.
Absolutely.
They survived
Turning
first.
around completely. And Satanic bringing in that Eclipse damage, making short work of Katsuomi.
I mean, Spirit's just playing really fast. They're reacting to every single one of these moves that BetBoom is doing.
I mean, it all worked out.
It worked out.
The walk-in from Rue, it gave BetBoom the false confidence to go charging at the rest of Spirit. It was all part of the plan, and Rue, you know, as I said, comes in for the lasso. He has it ready at the end because he walked in and died at the start. Big brain stuff here from the bat.
And Pure, he's nowhere near that. He can't actually join that fight, so maybe BetBoom getting a little bit ahead of themselves to attempt for this move when they do have that one single kill. We'll strike back. They'll find Malik afterwards. So did get a kill to swing things back for them. And Pure, he is very strong. That is something important to point out. His farm that he's been able to go for, it's not the farming build, it's the fighting build. So BKB into crit, we've been seeing this built more and more on these gyros rather than prioritizing Hags. So he does want to get involved with Spirit. With a very, very nice reaction.
BetBoom, they've got their eyes on mid. Miro wants to go for some sort of setup with the epicenter, but Spirit, they're playing careful.
Sonic Wave still on cooldown. It's only the level 1 Sonic as well, because maybe because it was on cooldown too, that he put the 4th point in the blink. And the BKB almost done for Laurel. BKB soon done for Malik, and BKB pretty close there for Satanic. So triple BKB timing from the side of Spirit's going to come out. It's very good versus what they're playing against. A ton of magic damage that they're going to be able to play around. Could be a bit difficult for BetBoom to fight into those 3 BKBs once they get them online.
Yeah, it really feels that with the lineup the Spirit have, with, as you mentioned, the 2 blade mail cores, it's which is something we don't see a lot when we get kind of these two beefy cores going both blade mail. But this game, it was just perfect for kind of causing the stage of the game where BetBoom, you know, you can feel they're very hesitant to try and make moves, and understandably so, because when they did, it just completely kind of ruins what their draft wants to do in these first 20 minutes.
Yeah, because they're fragile. They'll just kill themselves before they kill the enemies, because it's just natural from the HP pools. You know, Gyro even now at this point getting a bit tankier, but early on, you can kill yourself on those blade mills very much so with your Mirage build. All three cores, right? All three cores absolutely could have found that moment where they were struggling, but...
And of course, it's not, you know, the end of the world for BetBoom, because their lineup is going to be stronger later in the game, but it's definitely caused sort of a period of the game in which BetBoom, against other lineups, other teams, that would have been when they start to really run you over. Spirit, they came prepared against BetBoom's style to get through that period of the game and say, hey, we're gonna get to play a real game here, no stomping, no kind of 25-30-minute beatdowns, and we're gonna get to go a little bit later, which is something that Spirit have been very good at, because Satanic, he is one of those carries that it does well under the late game pressure.
He does, which is, I mean, pretty spectacular to see for someone that young, built around with, I mean, with Maposhka, right? TI winner, being able to mold him into this position. And there's the BKB's done. BKB also finished on the Queen of Pain, so double BKB for them. But yeah, the triple BKB for Spirit is online, and they have the double initiation tools with the bat. Actually, triple initiation tools with the bat and the double cruisers joining in. So let's see how these next fights go down, because it could be pretty, I mean, it could be pretty solid for the side of Spirit if they do find a fight around those BKBs, but at the same time, too, BetBoom might just farm and wait for Pure to be ready to fight as well.
I think both teams might just farm.
It feels like it's possible.
You know what I mean? I think BetBoom's kind of been slowed down from making plays because of the builds and the approach from Spirit this game, and they're fine with that. They're like, okay, that's fine, we'll farm. And then Spirit's like, oh, right, we got kind of through the part of the game that could have been pretty tough. Just keep farming. Let's make sure Satanic has a good game, and we're hopefully going to get to see some pretty exciting late game action between the classics of the Gyro and the Luna.
Spirit's going to get a Rosh very likely because of this, because of those three BKBs. It's probably pretty difficult for BetBoom to fight down here, and they see the Tormentor kill, so they know they should get this one for free. So triple BKBs plus an Aegis, they can start getting aggressive themselves. But yeah, this is definitely culminating into a very interesting mid to late game potential, as both teams are getting what they want. They're TPing now, but it's
coming a bit late. Team Spirit, you know, it's not super quick, their Roche, but it should be just quick enough. As long as they can commit to it, they're going to have it. And the question is, BetBoom, do they still want to walk into this? Because Roshan's gone, Satanic's got an Aegis. Pure coming around, they're going to jump. They want to try and take this fight. They'll immediately take down Ruba. Lyle rolls in and straight away towards Pure. The BKBs are off. Kazumi has to be careful. They burst through him the once, so they can go for Satanic a second time. Miro
Malik
with the Burrow Strike Epi on towards Malik. Malik is trying to find somewhere to run, but he's caught in the sandstorm. He will fall. Satanic,
can he get out?
The TP out. Same to be said for Maposhka. So BetBoom, they forced the fight. They do get a couple of kills, and they are able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Satanic. But the Spirit, with the three of them, Satanic on his second life, are able to get away.
A massive fight, though, for BetBoom. That's into the triple BKBs, and they don't even care. They see Roche die, and they just get the flank. They kill the Bat Rider pretty much at the start of it. Malik gets his BKB forced early, but they're already almost all dead. Even Satanic almost just died. Like, he dies almost instantly, but without getting anything off.
Yeah, they had an really excellent sort of angle for Pure to wrap around from on that high ground position. Rue. He's gone in very aggressively, see if he can find some sort of last opportunity. They're going to turn towards with the life drain, the damage, the crits coming out from Pure, just tear him apart. As Rue tried to desperately set something up for Spirit around this, but loses his life. Satanic looking for key attacker, but the blinks back up, and now they're able to make a jump over to him.
Big charge.
The BKB off. They look towards Pure. Big damage coming out for Satanic because he's actually able to finish off the Gyro. Malik's got the grab on to save. Spirit, the persevere, push on, and push back BetBoom.
This is such high-skill Dota. Pure just goes a little bit too far. Malik gets the charge on top of him, and quickly they delete three. They thought they could actually set up for Satanic, but
yeah, I mean, he had the BKB still ready to pop. So he was ready for that fight around that point. And yeah, Spirit, the others, it could have got scary because both Lyle and Malik still had their BKBs on cooldown, but they push forward to keep the Luna protected, and it works out. They get themselves back a hold of that little bit of a lead this game.
I feel like we're going to have this a lot in this game, where just these back and forth team
fights.
One, it is. It's whoever gets these better initiations, better wraparounds, and that one, you know, BetBoom, when they got the wraparound around the Roche, they killed 1 or 2 targets before the fight starts. This one, now they get a bit over aggressive as Spirit's there to respond with 5. They all did come back, so it was a bit of an aggressive move that BetBoom went for when literally everybody was respawning. 10 to 13.
Yeah, we'll get a bit of calm again, I think, whilst both teams look towards their next items.
I feel like the graph is telling like kind of a perfect tell of this game, where it's look how even it is. Yes, gold and experience shifting a little bit because of these wins or losses in the fights. But yeah, very even game state still at this point, with the Luna only having about 1,000 gold separation versus Pure still. Level 19 though after that fight. But Pure also keeping pace.
Yeah, right behind him.
How close to Conda? It's getting pretty close. So that big talent, Conda plus 20, that we see just blow up a lot of games for the Luna. He's going to have it at a pretty fast timing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Satanic's going to have this big burst of damage that he's going to pop heroes with. And then on Pure's side of things, he's going to have this big burst of sustain, going for the Satanic next. So just a question of whether the Satanic is going to be able to burst Pure before Pure's able to clean up the, so the teammates around Satanic.
And if they can stop the saves in particular from Save and from Katomi, as they're going to smoke. They want to get an initiation with the Batrider.
Pretty good hit if they can find Pure, but Pure seems pretty prepared for this with the position he's in. He does have BKB ready to pop. Yeah, he's going to see them now. Rue's going to try with the jump. Get the BKB off first. They're dropping the Eclipse. Can they kill him off through the BKB? They have to pulverize. The Sonic Wave attempting to push them back. It will keep Pure safe. He's getting healed up by Save with the life drain.
Kiyotaka dies through BKB.
Underneath the tower. Yeah, Malik just tramples him down. Look at the burrow strike from Mira to catch out the two of them. Malik's gone. Maposhka healing up and pushes himself to the side. Satanic, he's back in to help out Lal and take out Kataomi. So the fight will still be Spirits.
How did Kiyotaka died so fast in that fight? He got his spells off, and then I think he just literally died to all the magical damage through the BKB. Miro looking to try to get a catch. BKB down for Satanic.
This is pretty aggressive once he's got two of his teammates dead. I mean, Pure is here to try and help out. Save. Looking towards Lal, but the roll's there. Lal able to roll and TP away, so they kind of split them.
They get the catch on Laurel. Miro gets the stun. Can he roll himself out of this?
He's got another roll, but he's got no TP. He could try and juke this out, but Save's there waiting for him. They'll get Lal at the end of it all. The rest of Spirit get out, but Spirit getting caught kind of and dragged back into another bit of action. And that deep on the map doesn't spell any sort of favors for Lal.
Feels like a pretty kind of equal chain exchange again that we have coming out there. Laurel, though, dying at the end hurts quite a bit there. BetBoom, even though they lose their Queen of Pain, they show they can still fight with their other cores, especially because the BKB, pretty much all the defensive capabilities was used from Satanic. He had to ditch. He couldn't help his buddy out there. And Pure Sustain, we see the build that he's going for in that type of move, absolutely works out.
Yeah, they can't kind of take him out easily unless they have at least three of the heroes, two of the mid cores.
And you have to find the Pugna. That's one thing we gotta say.
Look at this find here from Miro, straight in over towards Rue. Will be able to force away. Malik considering going back in on this, but the snowballs at the ready. They get the punch up. Malik, look at the BKB off. We'll be all right here. So they don't want to fight any further into the blade mail and the BKB.
Satanic.
He's chasing it off.
The high ground.
In the five of them. The Kiyotaka jumps in aggressively, throws out the dagger onto Maposhka. Illusions continue to push back the rest of BetBoom. Kataomi and Save very low. Miro, he's got the Epi back up, so can consider making a jump back in onto Spirit. Spirit, no. Spirit, they won't chase any further into the darkness.
Both teams very keen to fight. I think that's the third Ops Ward that I see dewarded that BetBoom was able to find in these last few moments. They took out two on the left from the earlier fight, and now that one. So a bit of limited vision that Spirit's going to have in these next few moments because of that. And we've seen how important the initiations can be. This right now is the only ward that Spirit has on the map. It's a good one, though. It's going to be giving a ton of information. But that is the Satanic done, and what item did he get as his neutral? We see Satanic, got the Vindicators, and which one does Pure get?
We don't know yet. He's having a consideration.
Probably means it's not the Paladin Sword. It's the Vindicator's Axe, then.
That's not a bad one.
It's also a good one.
Right, if you're getting sort of jumped by these lassos or pulverizes, you've got that little bit of a chance to be able to survive and get the BKB and Satanic off after they've made that initial go on you.
Man, this game just continues to be neck and neck. 12 to 15.
It's one of the closer ones we've had.
Yeah. And it's the difference in between. I think Rue in particular still has been having a bit of struggle on this Batrider fighting some of these lassos, but imagine they can actually get one of these lasso plays. This is an interesting pickup here from Save. Something I haven't seen too many Pugnas do, but you can blink while using your Drain. You know, you can do a lot of different cool things with this Blink Dagger in order to save your teammates, and I think that could be a bit of an X factor in some of these fights if they don't find this pesky Pugna. This hero has turned games when he's able to just sustain some of his cores. So.
Yeah, and Save's positioning has been incredible.
Yeah, he always is.
Pretty much any of the heroes that he's been playing this tournament so far, so good luck finding him.
Yep. This is kicking off too, as we said, a very explosive mid toward late game. I feel like we're already approaching late game, and it's 28 minutes only, because the items that they've been able to pick up on these two carries in particular. The Conda's done, he's going for Scotty next on Satanic. And Pure, he's already got that Satanic finished up, so it's very fast timings that we see coming out here. Kiyotaka's level 18. Laurel also level 18. He's got an amp damage in the bottom. He's about to have his Shivas done, so
here we go.
Spirit wants to fight.
He's going to be able to find the Gyro. They get him dragged straight back into the pulverize. The snowball comes into play, but they're not able to save him. Pure, he's gone. They'll get Katomi as well.
We were just talking about Rue, and he gets the grab with that one ward that they have. The only vision that they had.
You can't snowball someone when they're being pulverized?
Nope. Can't save him.
There we go then. Yeah, he tried, but couldn't do it.
Tried to go for maybe could have just gone for a blink punch perhaps, but just too much burst that they get. And Pure actually uses BKB, uses Satanic, and still just gets destroyed through it. That literal one ward that they had on the map is what gets them that catch.
But you're right though, if he'd gone for the punch first, he would have maybe had a chance to save him.
Perhaps. It's, difficult to say in the terms of that.
It's one of those situations where he's gone in right, and he's already in the snowball, and at that point it's too late. Can't grab him.
He was trying, but unable to.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one there, and a well-played one by Team Spirit.
It's literally the only ward that they have, and it catches the most important target. So, and now they're actually picking up two big items versus that healing that we see that potentially can come out from the Satanic or from the Pugna. They've got the Scotty, and they've got the Shivas. Pretty much done. A perfect hit coming out from Spirit. I can't believe it didn't shift more, right? Like, it only went to 2K gold lead.
It's super close to this game.
Yeah, it still just continues to be.
The difference now definitely being the fact that the gap between the carries is really starting to grow. Full Skadi.
It's one item ahead now.
Just moments, it feels like, after he finished off his Kanda. So just to show how far ahead Satanic really is in the progression.
And yeah, I was talking about Rue, how he had a bit of a quiet one. He finds probably the biggest catch that he could have. All you need is a couple of these as these Bat Riders.
That's the power of the Bat.
Another 5v5 fight. Looks like it's getting set up here.
BetBoom's setting up for this.
They've got the ward.
I don't know if BetBoom know what they're signing up for, though, because the entirety of Spirit is down here. Are BetBoom aware of this?
Let's see who gets that initiation.
I think BetBoom themselves are starting to question whether or not this is a fight that they want to be looking for.
Look at the lane positioning. The Luna has cut both
they're
creep
pulling
waves.
away from this. They know that they're not going to find a hero alone. This is going to be the entirety of Spirit down here, and BetBoom, they don't want to fight into them head-on like this.
Macro movements from Spirit have been beautiful. And look at, the wave's getting pushed. There's a rally troll. It's taking the tower. They got to pop the glyph.
So there's a lot of pressure that probably is going to have to be answered. They get this next creep wave shoved in. BetBoom's still hovering around on the map, but
Kiyotaka shows himself. They see the Lincolns. The troll, the troll just continues to push. They're gonna still look for the fight. They don't want to respond to top. They don't want to sack this rush.
Spirit know exactly where they are. BetBoom, I think the same to be said looking back from BetBoom to Spirit.
He saw them. He saw Laurel.
But do BetBoom want to make the jump on this? Pure.
Looks like
they're in. Try and jump in the tree line, but Lar's ready. He gets the silence straight away. They're able to catch out Katomi, take him down. Pure pots the BKB. Rue will get the lasso on towards the Sand King, dragging him back. Rue will die, but the damage is coming in with the impetus is from the Poshka. Miro hiding into the tree lines. The Satanic looks to find him. Malik will get him with the pulverize. Satanic bringing in the damage, but the Burrow strikes back up. Miro gets out to the side.
Laurel.
Just the support for support so far here between the two of them, Katomi and Rue. Everybody else manages to survive.
How many was every BKB used? I think it was. All of them getting popped just for that go, except for Kiyotaka. He actually held on to his in this fight. Now BetBoom maybe have gotten that positioning advantage just from those moves because they force all these BKBs and all the ults.
I don't think BetBoom's going to get the freedom to take the Roshan.
It's going to be another fight.
Definitely going to be looking to fight once again. It's going to be a little easier for Katomi to join them with TP over towards that outpost at the bottom.
Oh, that's a sneaky ward that Spirit does have down right now. Not one you see too often. Giving some good information.
If they can make some sort of jump onto Pure whilst his BKB's down, would be pretty huge.
Tough versus double save though, right? If you want to make that jump, you have to know where the Tusk is. You have to know where the Pugna is.
They're going for the road. Lal isn't here. He's going to TP now over towards the tier 2, but it's going to take him some time to get down the lane.
BKB still 30 seconds for Satanic.
Yeah, the BKB cooldowns are going to be the big thing coming into this fight around Roche.
BetBooms are up like a couple of seconds earlier, at least in terms of the carry. But yeah, literally only a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
this is such tense moments.
It's eyes on Rue really to see who gets the jump on.
Exactly. And look at the wraparound Spirit. They're trying to set up now here to get that jump, get the information.
This is quite the wraparound. Do BetBoom expect this? They'll look for Katsuomi first. Straight in with the pulverize. They'll look to take him out. They'll burst him immediately. Now they can turn towards more. Miro's got to be careful. But the Bloodstone trying to heal up. They'll have to burrow strike away though. Play defensively. Kiyotaka dropping the Sonic Wave onto Malik. They'll
got
get
him.
the Primal.
Kiyotaka.
Spirits, they want to go in for more. Kiyotaka links out.
Buyback.
Rue still has the lasso at the ready.
Buyback on buyback.
Pure stepping up. Miro is in with the burrow strike straight away over towards the Enchantress, but now Rue's in, gets the lasso off on towards Miro. The Takara for
Pure.
the life
He's
drag.
dead.
They're keeping Miro alive. Miro survives, but Satanic, he's the one getting the cleanup as the Eclipse comes pounding out.
And they have to cancel TPs. Pure walked in, didn't have BKB or his Satanic available. Satanic, he did. He just walks up and blows him up.
Straight in they go into the pit. Unlikely to face any sort of interruptions. I mean, Kiyotaka, you have to get the kill here.
He's got BKB, he's got another blink up.
Should get out. Have they got anything to stop this before it comes to an end? No, they don't. So Kiyotaka comes back in for a poke. Will manage to get an extra kill, taking out Rue. Forces them away from the pit. And in fact, it's enough for Team Spirit. Okay, they'll look to just
top.
wait for it to come top. They know that BetBoom's not going to be able to bring anything down there in the next 10 seconds.
But look at the separation between the carries. Satanic
It's
is
growing.
11-1 this game. Pure, he's only 3-4. He's not able to get these type of successful fights. This Luna is playing them perfectly with these two bruisers that are starting the fights every time.
And so the ability to just get as far ahead as he is in each of these item pickups it's really hurting Pure in the matchup.
they start to
Satanic,
compound.
next fight, he's so close to having whether he wants the Satanic or the Butterfly. That it's going to be very, very difficult for Pure to fight into this head-on unless they find some sort of chance to, at this point, honestly, kind of catch someone separate. I don't know if a 5-man team fight is going to do BetBoom any favors now. They need a pick-off.
They're going to look for it.
So now they get Malik.
BKB's ready.
Use the punch here, but
Spirit's here.
nothing else to really follow up on. And now Rue is in with the grab. They'll go for the quick and easy one. Dragging back Katsuomi. He's actually able to walk this up, but the Flame Break will snipe him, take him down. Heals from Stave coming out. A lot of impetus is flying the way of Pure.
He's taking a ton of damage.
He's already down to about a third of his HP. As the Kiyotaka gets left behind. They're looking to chase. Pure can even lay his way out of this when he has got the BKB and the Satanic.
He's
but
got
he gets
him.
caught by the Pulverize.
Satanic
from Miro. Pure's trying to heal up. Can he survive this? The life drain as well. I mean, Save's protecting him, but still
Not
Satanic
enough.
pushes on. Pure will fall. They'll get Miro as well. It's all too much for BetBoom now. The team fights, they cannot turn up to them. They just get destroyed. The difference between Satanic and Pure at this point is too big.
And overall, Malik,
He's nearly 10k ahead.
Yeah, and Malik is just tanking the spells. He's like, okay, you guys want to initiate? You're initiating on a 3,000 HP Primal Beast that's just absorbing pretty much everything, and it puts him in an awkward spot where Pure, he actually takes an insane amount of damage just from Miposhka. The impetus is bringing him down to sub-half HP, and they can't fight after that.
And you've really got to remember that, you look at Spirit's lineup and Satanic, his performance on the Luna.
It's perfect.
They banned so many of his heroes. They literally tried to ban all the Satanic's carries. He gets the Luna, which a lot of teams have been losing on. The win rate's been pretty atrocious, even though it's been picked so much this tournament. But he's doing this well. You know what I mean? It kind of begs the question, if this continues and Satanic's able to close up the win here, Game 2 draft, are they going to be targeting his hero pool as much? Because apparently it doesn't do anything.
I think you still have to, though.
Sure.
This is an insane performance right now from him in particular.
I mean, maybe they banned like one hero that wasn't it, so what do you do next time? You ban all the carries again and the Luna? You just have to ban everything against Satanic? Because they tried to ban his heroes this time. It didn't matter. He's crushing the game.
The execution is just, it's beautiful inside of these team fights. The way it really is the team spirit kind of style, right? Where they're just enabling him at maximum. And we're just seeing that difference, between him and Pure. Pure is just having a lot of difficulties joining into these fights without just being almost dead before that fight starts.
And it's sort of the difference in how the lineups operate around the carries, right? BetBoom, their lineup, they've got a lot of ways to save their carry on paper, right? The snowballs, the decrepifiers, whereas Spirit, the way they protect the Luna is through aggression rather than defensive maneuvers, right?
And let's be honest,
it's working out.
I want to say that they found Katomi at the start of almost every single fight that they've had the advantage.
Yep.
This Tusk is dead. I think Katomi, we talk about his laning, we talk about some of his games. He's 9 deaths. They've been putting so much attention, so he's not able to do these type of saves, not able to punch these targets during the BKBs. It's a treat to see so far from Spirit. There's now 11k lead, an Aegis, a full Butterfly, and as you said, a 9,000 gold advantage. Where do you go from here, BetBoom? They're going to start knocking on the front door, it feels like, pretty soon. And they have ways to grab people outside the base in 2 functions now. The Ags is done for the Earth Spirit, and they have the Bat Rider. So if they do see a target, they could just yank him out the base.
Yeah, I think Pure knows. I think it's got to be Rapier territory.
He's done it before, and I feel like I wouldn't blame him.
Never mind. He wants to get the Daedalus completed first. He did have the Relic queued up before, but opts to just try and get the Daedalus done, because he has to have something soon, because the pressure, it's up at the high ground. He's in again! I mean, gets the grab on towards Katsomi. This time Katsomi will be able to get the snowball off. They're trying to heal up here on the Sankey with the Bloodstone heal, but it's not enough to save Miro. Miro's gone. Katsomi's dead. Neither of them with buyback. So Spirit, they can continue the push. As they, this has got to be the best performance. We've seen some great performances from Spirit so far this tournament, but turning up today here in the upper bracket finals against BetBoom with this Game 1 showing, is phenomenal.
They're going to get likely 2 sets here without these heroes having buyback. Pure, I think now he's queuing the Rapier, right? Oh no, he actually finishes up the Daedalus.
He's finishing the Daedalus first. I mean, at this point, he's probably not going to get the gold for the full Rapier, right? So he just wants to have, like, a completed item. Sonic Wave will push him back.
Kiyotaka
in with the roll. Gets the jump on a Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka pops the BKB. He'll just be able to blink away in time. The tier 3's gone. Team Spirit on towards the middle set of barracks. They'll get that second set. They will respect the fact that BetBoom are soon going to have the full lineup back in play. So
Pure did
holding back a little bit. I mean,
they're going to go in again. They got a last go.
They get the grab. That's going to be another one. A save's gone.
They're probably like, where's Pure? They know he's not coming back. Now they see him with the ward, and they're going to keep going.
He's going to have to come back soon. Because Spirit, they're not stopping this push by the looks of it. They've still got this Aegis on Satanic. He's got very little to fear. The fortification will come out. And Pure, he has now returned to join the rest of his teammates on the high ground.
But they lost so much there. Up to an 18k lead, a full set of items now for everybody on the side of Spirit after everything they've already just picked up. Continuing to grow, continuing to scale. Yeah, pretty much a full Ags if Satanic wants to buy it. 3k gold on Miposhka, 3,000 on Laurel. Every single person just got a huge injection after that moment. And we're seeing they can kill any target that they go on. Even if Miero shows this Sanking, who in some situations used to be tanky enough to be able to sustain that, he just dies. They just full commit on him and he's dead. And there's no save that comes in. Spirit now cementing that lead. Just not even giving up any extra kills. And perhaps now looking for that final push. 1 minute left on Aegis.
Radiant are scanning.
It's going to have to be that Rapier dream.
But he's got the Aviana's Feather. He's got a Butterfly. So he has tons of evasion as well, too, on Satanic, even when that does come out.
And the thing is, on top of it, he's going to have to be very careful of how he uses BKB and Satanic, right? When he does fight, if he gets the chance to pick up the Rapier, because of the double blade mails.
Yes, absolutely is. Just dead. Save just dies to the glaives.
And these racks looking pretty dead as well. Satanic can push back for now by the Sonic Wave, but the racks, they're gone. The damage is done. And Satanic, he's not even going to lose the Aegis yet.
He's still alive. Is Pure going to do the disassemble play? I think he is,
I think he has to this game.
You got to disassemble your Daedalus, as people, you know, the Gyrocopter innate, we can talk about it, he probably will disassemble and buy that up.
He's got the option to.
He's got the option to.
Maybe he's able to farm up that second Demon Edge.
Perhaps. We'll see.
And good job he left when he did that. I mean, Team Spirit came looking for him.
Has been killed.
He'll get the courier, but it doesn't matter, and indeed he has disassembled the Daedalus.
Yep.
So now the Rapier is online.
But they've been megged. So
indeed, and as we say, it's not a clear-cut sort of comeback story with this Rapier because of the evasion in play and because of the multiple blade mails also that are ready to pop.
And the double BKB piercing disables that they do have also. They have the Lasso, they have the Primal Beast, who's also, what level is Malik? Okay, not quite level 25, of course, yet.
Look at this, and the fact that Satanic's got an amplified damage rune in the bottle, ready to take your base.
This next jump could be huge. And they actually still have a base ward, and it's not going to get taken away, Owen. So that's going to give them the option to just go for that immediate grab onto potentially that Gyrocopter if he's not careful.
I mean, that's the thing, right? We normally have the analysts at the end of the game pick up like the ward of the game or such. I feel this game from Spirit, they've had a lot of great wards, right?
I think that one around the Ancients in particular, when they caught Pure, was probably the biggest one, because that was literally the only vision that they had. But this one could also just seal the deal of the game if they get the jump.
See what we've got. Big pickup here for Kiyotaka. He's got the Refresher Orb.
Okay.
So we're going to have the double Sonic Waves, double Dagons, double BKBs. See what he can do with that in the fight.
Could be pretty explosive. They're going to go in. Amp damage.
They're just going to hit the tier 4s likely. I mean, they can. Satanic.
Glyph is not available. fall down just to push them off. The jump from Kiyotaka is there.
That's the first Sonic Wave. Root tries to jump in, but they're in with the counterplay to get the punch up there to take
two
out
gone.
2 supports straight away. Now they can look for more. BetBoom. They'll chase out the 3 cores. Laurel sliding him away. In fact, he goes back in. He's ready to try and fight this Satanic. He tries to back him up. Past the BKB. The second Sonic Wave comes out.
Satanic's leaving.
He's bailing out. He's going for the BKB team.
He's done.
The BKB comes to an end. The Burrow strikes there from Miro. Satanic, he's healing up though against the 3 of them. Satanic's trying his best to stand his ground. It's working.
He's doing
Satanic
it.
finally falls.
Holy
He did a
moly.
hell of a lot of damage. The Rapier hits the deck. Katomi should be able to recover it and keep it safe for Pure on the respawn.
Radiant's middle
But
tower
BetBoom, I mean, all in all, it is them holding. They're able to push back Spirit, get the 4 kills. Sure, Pure dies, but the Rapier doesn't slip into the enemy's hands.
He just stood his ground 1v4.
It was very close to Satanic getting some crazy sort of cleanup against that sort of situation in which he's heavily outnumbered, but not quite. And honestly, one of the reasons why he wasn't able to was because there was that Rapier.
Absolutely.
And Pure was able to kind of deal enough damage before he died to ensure that they do kill off the Luna and keep this game going, BetBoom.
The evasion almost played the big part there, right? Dodging those extra attacks, it was pretty close for him actually to be able to survive as well too. But they do salvage the Rapier. Pure. He doesn't have to buy back either.
Nope.
So they get another chance to be able to continue keeping this game going. A beautiful start to the fight, just instantly popping the 2 supports immediately from the jump there from Kiyotaka. They have to take these type of risky plays, making that type of initiation, but this time it holds off Spirit. And when you are this far behind in terms of levels, you get a ton of experience for these
See this
type of
again.
fights.
Satanic's BKB just coming to an end. And look how low he is, but how long he survives.
Insane.
It's long enough for him to clean up save. Nearly get Mirror. I think it doesn't quite get Mirror at the end. Nearly got the 2 of them. But sure, getting Pure. But yeah, the fact that Pure did have that Rapier means that Satanic does go down as well. As if that Rapier fell into the hands of the Luna, the game would almost certainly be over, but it isn't. And Pure will respawn in 10 seconds to be able to reclaim that Rapier from his fountain.
Kiyotaka
They're in the mid-wave.
gets grabbed. Should have blink out.
Yeah, he should be fine. There's no further way to catch him.
He got a lot of gold from that fight too. Besides just the experience that they were able to claim in that last fight, Kiyotaka got...
Sure.
He upgraded his Dagon, I believe, to 3 from 1, and now he's got another 2,600 potentially. So he's gonna have buyback. I mean, buyback's probably looking to be up across the board here for the cores. As I say that, I think Pure actually buys out, so he feels like, I mean, he has the
He's got the Rapier,
so
right.
Screw it.
So
he goes for the
indeed
Daedalus.
Just absolutely go all out in the damage.
And that, I mean, now with the Daedalus plus the Rapier, that extra damage that comes in could be the X factor to
big.
pop the Luna.
And sure, you've got the evasion on the Luna, but the hits that do hit you,
They hurt.
they hit you.
Ooh, Kiyotaka playing very aggressively forward. He wants to keep taking care of these waves with this Sonic Wave. Doesn't get the entirety of the wave. The catapult also still alive. He might just dagon it when it comes in.
Yeah, very close to being enough damage. I mean, he's obviously got this incredible amount because of that 25 talent with the plus 250 Sonic Wave. It's a lot of damage.
It sure is, especially as you see on these, you know, somewhat fragile supports like Maposhka. We haven't talked about too much this game after the early game, but he is also getting that scaling. He's got Moon Shard. So if he gets ignored in the fights, his damage is also going to be pretty crazy, but I think they are going to look to address him early and isolate the Luna. But we'll see how the approaches go inside these fights. It's a 17k lead, but with the Rapier, anything can happen. And now they've got an Ag's Tusk, too.
Oh, here we go.
Starting to get more and more of
They
these
got
elements.
the comeback tools. That's all you need. You need an Ag's Tusk and you need a Rapier Gyro. And then it doesn't matter if you fall like 20k behind. There is a little bit of hope. See if that's going to be enough for the BetBoom hit.
Spirit, very likely to be able to wait for that next Rosh if they'd like to, since they have those waves constantly pushing in. It's going to be back up in about, what, 20 seconds. And Laurel has hit 25 also, so Magnetize's undispellable. Also absurd inside these fights. Very tense moments.
I think you imagine waiting for Roche is going to be the more appealing thing. Lal, he has found Kiyotaka at the side. The lasso. KB was there in time though.
Got the
Paul
grab.
there with the follow-up. Satanic's coming in. He's got enough damage to take Kiyotaka down.
They get the punt on Satanic!
He indeed getting kicked back underneath Pure. He's
Axe.
taking a hell of a lot of damage.
Gets kicked out!
And he's going to be saved for now.
Nice
It's a
play from
safe
Laurel.
distance away from the rest of the fight. Kiyotaka has to blink away as the Eclipse comes out from Satanic. He's considering going back in on this Kiyotaka, but doesn't want to jump in. They'll turn with Mirror with the Burrow Strike down the mid. They'll clean up the others instead.
Maposhka?
Take out both Malik and Maposhka.
Oh man,
Getting the
BetBoom.
3 of them like that. I mean, big moves had to be made there to get Satanic out of there. It did cost them quite a bit though with the lives they lost, Spirit.
Laurel had to give his life just to not lose the Luna.
Did.
He had to literally roll in, he ags him, he kicked him out of the fight, but at that point then he's stuck. He doesn't have the ags for himself. BetBoom, they're bringing this game back. They're showing this gold lead doesn't mean anything. They're showing the mega creeps. Yeah, the creeps might be coming in, but...
It's rapier, really, no pure.
Yeah.
He's cleaning them up.
And he's close to having a refresher as well, too, for the double BKB Satanic. And yeah, Katomi. I mean, eyes on these kickbacks.
Because now definitely the
Roche.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be able to head into this. I mean, unless they want to use buybacks to try and contest it. Is it worth it to buy back to stop BetBoom getting the Roche?
It probably is. 30 seconds, though. It's a tough call to make.
It is.
Gonna get the vision advantage here, BetBoom. Gonna start tough.
It's a really tough call. Your cooldowns are very low on the death timers. Buying back,
you don't make it.
You know that they're in there now, so
you don't make it.
You're just going to have to concede it. Let them get the Roche, get the Aegis.
Courier.
Who's taking the Ags?
Do you just refund, or do you pass it over?
I think Kiyotaka just take it.
Kiyotaka took it.
Yeah, he took it. Okay.
He is starting to be a pretty big problem. This Quap in the late game, he's literally just popping 2 heroes almost instantly.
And he's so tanky. It's very hard to jump him. It's got a lot of survivability, and this is now the point of the game where the saving factor from BetBoom is it's definitely causing issues for Team Spirit. Now, earlier they were able to make the quick jump, catch the Pugner or the Tusk, and sort of eliminate one of those ways of backing up BetBoom. But at this point, if they make that sort of jump, it will kill them so easily.
Quick blink from Rue.
He's got them.
Can't get him. Nice try, Rue. That would have been a huge catch there. But a few of these times, they are getting the double grabs onto the Quap, but as you said, he's too tanky, and they've got the saves for him. So they have to be very careful how they approach the next fights on Spirit, as the whole game is, flipped. It's back to, it feels like almost even state, even though there's mega creeps. In terms of fighting capabilities, BetBoom show that they can still take those fights, and they're getting more and more items. In those last few fights, Miro has now hit 25. So increased damage from him has gone up massively. Also, he was 22 before the last fight. Getting bigger and bigger elements in terms of theirs. And Spirit Malik, he still doesn't have the 25 yet. I think once Malik gets 25, then they probably can burst one of those targets inside of the Pulverized plus Lasso, but things have slowed down massively. And looking at the buybacks, almost everybody's got them up.
And that's a big problem for Spirit in particular, right? Because when you're in this position and you want to try and use the mega creeps to end the game, you just can't go about it like this. A, because there's the Aegis, and B, because they're going to have that second life ready to come back and defend with.
Oh, oopsie. The push is dead.
Well, we'll see if they can do anything.
It could matter.
Yeah, there's no Enchantress for 80. That's a huge part of their damage.
They can get these waves out a bit safer, too, because without that Ench being up, they're probably like, okay, we can actually shove everything without having to worry that Spirit's going to jump us now. So these waves will be addressed here from BetBoom. It looks like they are gathering for the smoke. Without that Enchantress, they might want to look for the fight because they've got the lanes in a good position. Top, Kiyotaka versus Laurel.
Had to put the BKB. So be careful there, but
the grab.
Pulverize.
Do they have the burst?
Is there enough damage? There
do.
is. They lay down the Eclipse, they eliminate Kiyotaka. Big catch that will mean that BetBoom very unlikely to be able to do anything with the fact that there's no Enchantress for 40 seconds, with the fact that they've not got their Queen of Pain.
Yep, Malik hitting the level 25 right before the grab, so he's got that, I think it's 4 seconds about, or 3.8 something, I can't remember exactly. Long time that you get disabled, doubles it up, yeah, 3.84, so. That should be enough for them to go for the burst, and with that, they're going to smoke, even though Miposhka's dead, it's a big kill onto Kiyotaka that they can use to gain more momentum.
Get inside the base. And even if they just don't get a kill, if they can force out the buyback from Kiyotaka and back off with everyone alive, this is going to be a bit of a step forward for Spirit in this very trying time of the game.
This game is crazy. 52 minutes in. All 3 waves starting to shove in. 45 seconds, Kiyotaka wants to save the buyback. Pure's items look kind of funny. Because he's got boots and
brown
boots instead of the refresher.
Yeah, he's got a clean belt, so he's got that slot for the refresher.
Looks pretty funny.
It looks like I guess he wants to get the blink first for the slot and then kind of hide the refresher. They're going to jump on him. It's a deep kickback.
Kick first kick.
See if they can take him out the first time. Get rid of that Aegis. Malik's got the control. Satanic. Has he got enough? He has. That's going to be the gyro down the once.
He doesn't have his refresher on him yet.
Lars ended up pretty deep in the base. Kiyotaka's going to jump forward to help out, but
they got Pure
control. They're able to take
gone.
Pure down. Now they can certainly look to clean up more. As BetBoom, they have no gyro for the next 90 seconds.
And look at Laurel go.
Gold short of the buyback. He may die, Lal.
But he disrupted the whole enemy team.
It did. It gave them more than enough space to focus down the gyro. Now, of course, the Satanic, the rapier has fallen into his hands.
Pure's got buyback in 700 gold, but yeah, with that rapier on this
They have
Luna,
no carry.
They have no carry.
70 seconds without the carry, without the gyro. Miposhka is going to get caught by the kickback. Try and burst for the Enchantress, but the heals are out from Miposhka as well as the BKB. He's going to be fine. Turns, takes that Kataomi. Kiyotaka continuing to do his best to just push back Team Spirit at all costs.
How close to the ice? It's so far away.
He's not going to have the money. He's going to have to indeed wait this full 50 seconds still.
It looks like they're being hesitant because they maybe expect him to have that buyback.
Maybe, but they
his
can go
inventory,
for this.
right? Like look at this inventory, right?
The problem is they don't have the BKB backup on Satanic.
Not yet.
He's got the Satanic, and the threat of the buyback, not even just the gyro, right? The fact that this Tusk could buyback, kick you in the fountain.
Very true.
Is pretty spooky. So Team Spirit, even though they've got 4 up against the 3, they had to be careful.
They're being so patient, waiting for the 3 waves to come in.
They need a grab coming in from Rue.
They've got the banner.
There's the buyback now from Kataomi.
20 seconds on gyro.
So now the threat of the kick is real. So Spirit, they'll pull back completely. Have to wait for the next opportunity to get in with the push.
But Pure's damage is pretty pathetic now at this point.
It is. No rapier. He's queued up the next one, but he's a long, long way away from it. Just 1,000 gold in the bank right now, Pure. It's going to take a hell of a lot of time to get there.
A massive strike there. Honestly, that was pretty crazy. The kickbacks, just beautiful play there coming from Laurel, and he literally withstanded 4 heroes. He was just tanking everybody, spreading the magnetize while that whole fight went down as they isolated Pure. It's beautiful. Power of these Earth Spirits as you get to the level 25, get to the late game, you do an immense amount of damage.
Yeah. It really is a game of just which carry is going to get kicked. And, you know, I'm not talking about roster changes. You know, it's between this Earth Spirit and Tusk to decide who's going to get pushed out of position.
Now Spirit in a very comfortable position with this rapier, with the buyback, with boots of travel. Satanic, he can die, buyback, bots 2 back in. He's got the 8 slots. I mean, he's got every single item pretty much finished up now. He's maxed out.
Yeah.
Kiyotaka.
I mean, the numbers look crazy, obviously, with the fact that rapier's changing hands. He's basically like, he's double the net worth.
He is, literally.
It's, you know,
Ooh.
this is Satanic stepping it up when it counts the most.
And Malik now with that fight has a refresher, so he's got 8 seconds of being able to effectively lock someone down.
Yeah, we've got an AC picked up by Miposhka.
They've gotten a whole lot after that fight also. After things almost hit that even in terms of gold Pure.
Whoa, Kataomi. You can see him eyeing up a potential kickback. Pure wants that rapier back. He wants that rapier back.
He needs that rapier back.
Spirit.
Kiyotaka.
They're in. Ooh, quick link back with their foot save. They get the kickback. They're going to try and burst through the Luna. Can they kill Satanic? They get the knock up as well.
They do.
They're taking him out. Satanic's got a buyback straight away.
Pure's got the rapier.
Indeed, Pure with the rapier and the BKB. It looks towards Lyle. Satanic's back in the action though, so BetBoom had to get back to the fountain. Whilst his magnetize persists.
Satanic, he just bought back. Can he get out? He's 1,000 HP. They're pinging him.
They're healing up in the fountain, BetBoom, and they're ready to jump once more. They've got
He's
him.
dead.
Oh no, there's
2 minutes.
Luna for 2 minutes. Kiyotaka, he's died to Miposhka.
He
Boy,
blinks
get
out.
the blink off in time.
90 HP.
And Miposhka is himself sticking down low. This homing missile.
Oh my god, is he gonna die to it?
He's
He
gonna
is.
get him.
He's dead for 100. He spent his gold.
Run it down mid.
Oh my goodness, have they done it? They've got so much time to just run it down. Can Spirit do something about this? The glyph is still available.
Getting Satanic the once, and then just the fact that BetBoom, they got so low to the magnetize, but they were able to get back in time, heal up under the fountain, and then that secondary catch on Satanic the second time round.
Dude, Ag's Tusk is so insane.
There's a little bit of a chance, I would say, for Spirit. They've still got 3 heroes alive. They still have all 3 tier 2 towers standing.
Very true.
So it's not an easy end down mid for BetBoom.
But that's oh my goodness. I can't believe we're witnessing this. Is absolutely insane. A kickback isolating the Luna. Back-to-back deaths. I mean, Satanic said, we said he had the gold to do the buyback, but maybe overestimating how strong he was afterwards. Kiyotaka looking for the grab. Malik, big burst.
Look at this damage here, Kiyotaka. Can he finish off the job?
Tries. Wind Waker able to protect Malik.
Yeah, they're going to live to see another day. And we are, you know, we won't even jinx it this time. We're going to get to see the 60-minute
Don't say it.
There's ain't no way.
Don't say it.
This game ain't over in 2 minutes. No way.
There's so many buybacks they're used. They're going to be able to get a row shot for that as well. Oh my, these gold swings. Do we have 30k gold swings back to back? Now Rosh. And they'll be able to get this one. They've got the lanes in great position too.
Does anyone, who else needs the Ag still here?
I mean, save, but that's not really one of the best ones by any means on a Pugna.
But we'll give it to Mira, give him the refund.
I think you just give it a... I don't know, actually.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Is he actually giving it to save? They've dropped it on the floor. They're thinking about what to do with it. We'll see. Creeps coming in the base. Katomi, he's got to get back. I think Katomi is priority target #1 again. He was early game, but I think, again, you have to... You can't let him kick you. He's got a Lotus Orb now, though, so he's got extra protection for himself. But yeah, this kick...
It's the combination of the kicks and the punches, right? We're still on that kickback there where not only do you get him out of position, but just a little bit of a timing when he's up there flying in the air. He's not able to get the right clicks off himself and heal up with the Satanic. It puts this Luna in a very precarious position.
I didn't see what they did with the Ags, by the way. Did we see it on the obs? I'm stupid. Did they refund it? Okay, still got it.
Why is he holding on to it? I mean, I think he maybe was going to see if he could still take it himself, but he's already consumed his own
consumed
Ag,
it, so...
I'm pretty sure you can't get any sort of refund from it now. Yeah, he's going to drop it, let someone else grab it.
Is it Katomi to
he
refund,
can get a refund, yeah. Just give him the refund.
The Pugna one is just worthless, so you don't want to give it to him, and yeah, he's got it consumed now. He can sell his, and that does mean he's going to pretty much have buyback gold. Yeah, he'll have buyback gold. He still has the timer for 2 minutes, but does give him the availability for it.
He's probably going to get those 2 minutes as well. I don't see Spirit trying to end it in the next 2. They're going to look to get these tier 5 neutral items for the next push.
Oh, and they get amp damage on Tomorrow top.
I mean, the big ones, right? They need to get the Mirror Shield on the Luna.
Mirror Shield on either one of them, really. On either one of these 2 carries can be pretty crazy.
Oh, and Satanic didn't get it because he opts for the damage, which is not bad, but it's nothing to...
Whoa, careful, Rue. The Mindbreaker hit almost tripped him up.
Immediately.
You got to be careful versus this Mindbreaker Ags on Gyro. You blink in and he just taps you and you don't actually get that, so Rue, careful. Arcanist armor, too. I mean, Kiyotaka's tanking a ton, so I don't blame him for taking this choice. Not something you really see picked up too often in terms of tier 5s. Very interesting. All right, let's see what we get. If Katomi can get Seer Stone for those kickbacks as well, can be pretty insane.
Oh, there we go. Giant String on Malik.
Oh,
yeah, he's a big boy. Look at him. That's a right proper unit.
It doesn't even look that much bigger, to be completely honest with you, because Prime was just so massive anyway. Laurel, he'll be able to get his. Pure does get the Mirror Shield.
There we go.
So pretty massive versus the grab, versus the lasso.
It's very important. So yeah, Satanic not having that luxury, but just going all out on the damage with the Stygian picked up, which will give him a bit of a better chance of going toe-to-toe with a Gyro that has a rapier.
Quite a bit of damage that he does have here. Katomi gets a pirate hat, so I'd imagine he didn't get the Seer Stone.
And he mustn't have.
But also, I mean, they also could be discussing and being, you know, one person usually wants to have this pirate hat on your team just to be able to get that gold increase, so.
Yeah, how's the buyback money looking? So they go, yeah, money's fine, it's just time. They're coming in with the TPs here to look for Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka able to push them back with a Sonic Wave.
He's just tough to bring down.
It's very hard to kill.
He's got the refresher, he's got another BKB, another blink.
Eclipse on him, but he's still able to blink out. It's not easy to kill this Queen of Pain.
Oh, and that was a lot used from Laurel. That was both his BKBs and both of his magnetizers for 70 seconds.
The BetBoom and deep feel that they can do something with this, because Pure's walking down the mid.
The magnetize is very important. You know, we've talked about the carry versus carry in particular, but Laurel has been doing quite a bit of work with that. In 60 seconds, he won't have it at the ready.
And next time around, the cooldowns will be less of an issue. He's got the full Octarine coming out here for him on the Earth Spirit, but that does mean indeed spending up. It's fair enough. 2.5 minutes still is buyback on cooldown anyway.
Ooh, Rue does find himself a Seer Stone, so has the Aether Lens plus that, so grab distance is pretty crazy for him as well. The range that some people are going to get yanked out of position is absurd this game. Yeah. They literally have the three of the best tools for it, just a Magnus miss.
I'll be interested. I imagine this is probably going to be a game that he will buy that Aghanim's immediately rather than trying to hold for buyback, because the Ag's lasso is going to be so important.
Yeah, it does feel like it. Especially if they can get it to pierce one of these Lincolns in particular. If they can grab one of the first targets to pierce through with the secondary one, could be huge. Level 30 hit. So second level 30, as we've seen Kiyotaka. I feel like he's really earned that level 32. I feel like he's done so much work to keep this game stable. Oh, Laurel.
He's out just in time. TP's coming back in as well from Spirit.
Laurel, they know he doesn't have the BKB. He does get the kickoff.
Oh, they're going to get the grab.
Do they have enough to chain him, though?
They don't. Key attacker's able to blink out perfectly fine.
Pure.
Dive forward straight
That's
away.
one.
Pure's gone the once.
And Katomi dies on the side.
See if they can set up a second time. Roll forward. Pure's going to get the blink off. Down to the low ground. He'll get away. Puts the BKB considering standing his ground. Moves back in over towards Lal. Lal rolls away in time. Key attacker able to put him out with the Sonic Wave. It's proved both so low. Lal and Satanic there to the damage from the Sonic Wave, but they will live.
Creeps starting to come in the base from the top lane on the side of BetBoom. They're going to have to start to reset. Miro gets killed, and they have to use a buyback in Katomi. So number advantage for Spirit will be there likely for the next fight.
They've got to try and force out the Sand King buyback. Surely.
Surely.
I mean, this.
They got to try.
This is a bit of a window. Like you know he's got the buyback. He's very likely going to have the money.
Satanic is getting a bit of an increase here too. He's about to have his refresher.
Yeah, and he's about to have his buyback online as well. Once again in 20 seconds. So this, if any, is definitely an opportunity for Spirit to try and, at the minimum, force out that buyback from Sand King from Mira.
And they got the amp damage too. The damage there from Satanic is going to be high. Also, I've seen a couple of these fights.
Sure.
Miposhka is dishing out an insane amount of damage, and Miposhka, he gets Book of the Dead.
Yeah, and he's hard to kill as well.
He is.
He's a real nuisance at this stage of the game, this Enchantress.
There's definitely capabilities of Spirit just looking to end it with the amount of damage they can deal onto the throne.
Just hit the Ancient.
Yeah, if they force a bad glyph, the game could just end abruptly. We've seen them do it before.
Yeah, they've just got to be so careful of the kickbacks.
They do.
You know what I mean? You're trying to get up close and personal with this throne, you could end up in the fountain.
10 states. Book of the Dead coming in.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Quickly cleared out.
Let me see if we can get any sort of kickback. He's pretty prepared to get the jump in with the Hex. 30 seconds until Miro's back up. Spirit doesn't seem like they're actually able to bring together a push that will challenge the defense and cause the buyback. I see the refresher pop. He's in with the second Sonic Wave.
Look at him go.
That's so much damage. The BKBs have to come out. Lal's going to roll in aggressive towards Kiyotaka.
That's quite a bit used there from Kiyotaka. Sonic Wave has super low cooldown, but the BKBs in particular.
And the refresher. 165 seconds until that's back up.
Pure has gold for a secondary rapier, or for a backup one soon.
Sure. And he's going to have to save the money for the rapier on top of buyback.
Yeah.
And then leave it in the fountain, so indeed he can go for that sort of play on the defense.
This game is absolutely insane. 1,300 gold left for the buyback onto Laurel. Katomi does not have his. So if he does go down, as you said, probably one of the biggest priorities still for the side of Spirit if they can take out this Tusk.
Yeah.
So he won't have that buy for a very long time. It looks like both teams being very cautious.
And the fact we're, 65 minutes in and the gold difference is less than 1k gold. This really has been an insane game.
From the start, it's been pretty much dead even. Then Spirit got up to a 30k gold lead. BetBoom got up to never really a gold lead at all, but keeping this game state still possible for themselves.
Now, pretty crazy though. Still giving an 80% win probability to Spirit. I mean, it's sure they're
Mega creeps.
up against the Mega Creeps, but one fight gone wrong for Spirit, they can still very quickly lose the game.
Absolutely.
It's not easy for them to shut it down, as we've been seeing with their attempts that they've come at BetBoom with.
It's a fragile state for both sides.
Yep.
One fight could just dictate anything here. It could be a crazy one with all these buybacks coming into play. Kiyotaka just continuing to destroy these waves. Spirit. Sure.
He knows he can stand like this between the
BKB mirror shield.
yeah,
Just keeps him protected.
and the Lotus is being thrown down on him.
Yeah.
It's very hard to catch this Gyro.
Another Lotus is going to be finished pretty soon too for save. So we're going to have an extra one to throw onto the cores. Food to travel 2 now on Miro.
Roshan, it's going to be back up once again. So a move towards the pit is... it's going to obviously be easier for Spirit with it being in their corner, but if BetBoom can make their way out to the dire side, they'll clean it up very quickly with the Rapier's damage on Pure.
Kiyotaka, can they get the full chain stun? They're going to try, but he's always ready. Will they get it this time?
He's in, he's able to pop the Lincolns. Now turn with the Sonic Wave, the Pulverize is there. What have they got after this? They follow up with the silence into the roll forward. They've chain controlled him, taken Kiyotaka out for 2 minutes.
And they still have a secondary grab. Malik pops the refresher instantly, looking for a secondary target. Won't be able to find it, but they find Kiyotaka.
They can push or take the easy Roshan.
Probably just take the Roshan. Good chain stun. And we see the Seer Stone, of course, from Rue. Crazy way to be able to catch from a distance, and they get the chain lockdown with the Pulverize.
And this rush is going to be pretty big, right? Because this will be an Aghanim's that I imagine is just going to be given straight up to Rue, right? Give it at the bat.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
They might even, I mean, they still might give it to Malik. It's not as valuable because he's not really breaking anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the double lassos.
I would value the double lasso a bit more, but
I'd like to see it go to Rue.
I see Malik opening up a slot, so
okay,
he's
he wants
taking
it.
it.
He makes the call. Fair enough. You know, he's the call.
There, another Rapier.
Okay, and is this one going to be held in the base?
This one looks like a backup.
Yeah. Get it in the fountain, have it ready for the buyback and the pickup, which indeed he has the money for both. Yeah. And it's caught outside a little bit. Put the PK.
Laurel
straight into this.
Deleted.
It's immediate death.
Gotta be careful. Anybody will die if they get caught at this point, it feels like.
That was pretty wild. I mean, he didn't really even have that much backup that close by. I guess he
forced
didn't
the
expect them to
Kiyotaka
be this far outside of the base.
He did get a Kiyotaka buyback, though.
That is true. And if they can wait out the 100 seconds for himself to respawn, then that's worth it.
And they have they have ways to cut these waves constantly. I see already the Book of the Dead's being sent.
It's coming down the bottom.
Yeah, Miposhka's getting them prepared. Checking out for wards as well. It looks like they see them, so that book is likely to just get taken out. Are they not going to kill it? Maybe scared to walk up.
No, it's pretty scary.
It is pretty scary to walk up these
It's not the Book of the Living. The Book of the Dead.
Scary to walk up these high guards. Spirit looking to make a sneaky move. Since they don't have their Earth Spirit, they're going to try to catch BetBoom off guard. Lotus is on Pure.
Ooh, look what they've got on the side. They get the lasso. Into the Pulverize. They've caught him. Miro's out.
Pure. He's in.
Jump in.
Secondary Eclipse.
While the opening's done, they're reflected back towards him. Miposhka just pulling Katomi. They'll jump back with the Decrepify there. They get back in with a Sonic Wave to finish off Rue. Punch up as well. They're going to turn their attention over towards the Enchantress. Buyback comes in from Miro. BetBoom, they want to put everything into this fight. They get the first jump on towards Satanic.
Satanic.
Forward as well. Pure's in on top of him. Satanic trying to survive, but Pure heals up. Satanic's gone the once. The buyback's coming in en masse from Team Spirit. If they desperately try to get over to help Satanic, they get the BKB off. He's trying to heal. Malik's coming in as well. Charges forward. It's given the space for Satanic to survive a little longer. He's still alive throughout this all. Satanic survives as the protection below comes in with a stone form. They'll take this fight as they push back against BetBoom. BetBoom, they're going to continue to commit in with the buybacks. Miro.
He actually gets out.
TP's out in time. But Spirit there making the call to come in with the buybacks. Fight back strong. They come out on top and now they're in a position where it's BetBoom that have a hero out without buyback.
And Satanic,
no Katomi.
He does have a Rapier now on himself, so his damage has gone up massively. Also swapping into Lincoln's at some point here. I didn't see when he did that one, but also having this. But the Rapier, now his damage, I feel like he's not actually dealing the most damage in these fights because of his team, but actually it was Eclipse, and he actually did end up doing the most damage, even though he was controlled during the majority of it.
It was just huge saves coming in.
It was.
So these buybacks, you know, Malik able to just charge in, draw
Laurel.
the attention off him, and then Laurel coming in with a stone form at a point where, you know, Satanic, he could have very easily been finished off, dropping very low, kind of sub 30% HP. They'll smoke up. They're ready to try and go for one more fight whilst they have the number advantage.
Fiero on the side here. No BKB at the ready.
The blink out's in time.
Another Rapier.
I mean, it's getting close to the point where Spirit could look to hit the Ancient. There's no kickback to worry about for 50 seconds.
Roll in. Laurel. Kick out. Rue.
Tanky, though. He's going to get the lasso here on towards Miro. They've had to follow up Pulverize. That's Miro gone for 2 minutes.
Pure has put in the second Rapier. He's jumping in.
Let's see. It's big damage here from Pure. He's going to look towards Malik. Malik's going to buy some time at the Wind Waker. They have to get back whilst the flag persisted from the gyro.
That's Pure's BKB used.
Flag's back up in a second, though. Look at this damage. 2,200, 2,300 crits coming out from Pure.
No refresher, no BKB on him, though. 70 seconds.
3 versus 5. The Spirit still not confident to try and push into this. They respect the double, the dual-wielding gyrocopter with his rapiers, and the fact that Katomi is going to be back in the game in 10 seconds.
Big kill, though. It's 90 seconds, no sanking. They're able to find him, so they're going to have that number advantage on top of those buybacks if they need to. And this Primal Beast has gold to be able to buy Boots to travel 2 again as well, too, to join into the fight that secondary time.
I mean, what sort of preparations does Spirit need to be making when they're pushing in? Because of the fact that Pure, he's been very good at finding the prime place to blink in and just lay down the damage. You got to be ready for this gyro to jump in straight into the middle of you.
I've seen Laurel has kind of been the X factor, I feel, with these enchant remnants. I think 2 or 3 times now he's saved Satanic in an incredibly dangerous position. Eyes on him for that. But if they can lock down Pure, as you said, the BKB, it's not up still for 20 seconds, same for refresher.
They really want to go once there's no sanking. Lali's in deep. He's
he
going
gets
to
booted.
be in very deep. Getting booted back, but he's got the stone form. He's sliding in even
The throw,
deeper.
Owen.
He's just a distraction. They're trying to buy time for them to finish up the game. The fortification comes out. They've killed off Kiyotaka. The fortification's about to wear off Satanic. He's got the beat.
They're going for it.
He closes up the game. Spirit, they'll get the game 1 victory.
Wow. I mean, that was...
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for game 2 between BetBoom and Team Spirit, and we're going to get to see once again from BetBoom their ability to switch things up right. They get that Morph last. It's going to be taken to the mid by Kiyotaka, as we've seen them do before this tournament. Team Spirit, they get a bit more luxury this time around when it comes to carry selection, because less of the bands being focused towards Satanic. He gets to go with this Alchemist, which should lead Spirit towards having the chance to play a little faster with the draft this time.
Absolutely, but they don't have Miposhka on the Enchantress overall, right? I feel like every time I see most of these players play this Ench, some of them are just master classes of being able to take early dominance. And I feel like that's what Miposhka did a lot in that early game, is get them to that tempo where they had this lead and kept building up on it. But yeah, Laurel also, I don't blame them for picking his Earth Spirit again. He was incredible this last game. Honestly, saving Satanic in some crazy scenarios, fighting 1 versus 5. Beautiful game. But yeah, this should be another treat as BetBoom. We've seen almost an exact draft, if not almost identical to this, I think it was. The Morph, the SF, the SD, and the Tusk at least were the 4 that they had versus Liquid. So a very comfortable draft for them. And that could also be the reason that they want Kiyotaka to play this Morph, as we'll talk about that in a second. Is can he juke the Brambles? He can. He actually lives because of it. So they have the double save function, which for Kiyotaka a lot of times, he's a bit of a crazy guy. You know, he does some reckless moves. That last time when he played the Morph, save bailed him out of so many situations with disruptions. A similar approach this time.
Yeah, how does this sort of change it? Because last time when he ran it mid, it was against Nietzsche's Tiny. This time against Lyle's Earth Spirit, do you still sort of have the favorable kind of free farm as a Morph in this matchup? Is it easier? Is it harder?
I would imagine it's pretty much the same in that type of front. Maybe a little bit harder because Laurel can maybe catch him with like some Geo Grip, but we just don't see people do that. Like FA was talking about, they all just go 4-4-0 because you don't want to mess with your laning and with your overall game state. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much he's going to be able to do, because it's pretty... Okay, he has a similar lineup with him, and he's also versus kind of similar archetype heroes where, sure, it's not Avatos, but you have 3 different spells that you can use from the Earth Spirit. And as they mentioned also, it's versus the Willow again, which he was also against versus Team Liquid. So yeah, really interested to see how this is going to end up playing out after these lanes. And have to talk about bottom, the lane, the SF Tusk. Pure had mentioned it a couple times. This is like this is their specialty when they play in pubs in particular as well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we saw this. It was these two as a duo get those 7 kills in 7 minutes.
That won't happen.
Oh yeah,
that should never happen.
That was wild. We saw them do that the other day. Who was that against?
It was against El Saberlito.
Oh yeah, poor
old. It was the same game.
That was the same game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was a bit of a miserable one for Liquid.
And it's I can't remember what off. They had Dawnbreaker, I believe it was.
They did. It was Dawn and
Willow.
Dawn and Willow.
I think it was, yeah. Because Willow overall, whenever people pick the early Willow, that's also why they want the SF, is for the floor damage, which can constantly threaten inside of the laning.
So all in all, pretty similar circumstances.
That's what I was
saying. They got the same,
similar archetype.
Mars Willow, absolutely.
Oh, bottom.
Dawn Willow. They get the roll forward on towards Rue, but he has the Shadow Realm. Good spear push back there. Of course, can't tell me to take at least one of the tower hits.
He'll be okay. I feel like they should have a better, of course they'll have a better time in terms of those, not 7 depths in the lane, but it's still going to be a difficult lane, I would imagine, for this Mars and Willow combo. Looking toward top, this is Miero's best hero. So even though he is into this Alchemist pick, which they wanted to play versus this is a strong lane that BetBoom has also gotten.
And as you mentioned, obviously Miposhka not on his Enchantress again, but on the Hoodwink, still pretty strong?
Yeah, I think they were mentioning it also on panel. He's the only one that's making this 5-position Hoodwink look good.
Yeah.
So it's not his Ench though, and his Ench is literally his best to be able to dictate early game.
Oh, might be able to try for something here. They get the pushback into the Acid Spray and the Concoction. Save, he's already used the Disruption. He's got nowhere to run. They'll get first blood for Satanic.
In the same way they got it last time. Last time it was when the Enchantress hit 3, but this one they see the Disruption get put out and they just instantly go aggro. Nice move there. Going again also onto Miero, just a casual stun though.
We'll have to keep an eye out as well, because BetBoom, when they've had Miro as this Beastmaster, sometimes they've had an insane amount of stacks right in the triangle very early on for him.
They have Shadow Demon too, so you're going to see those stacks absolutely be made for him. Definite ways that Spirit can contest, since they have this mid-Earth Spirit who can look to roam very, very early on.
And for BetBoom side of things, is there any concern because they have kind of this double carry thing going on with the SF and Morph in terms of like how much these heroes can offer up in the earlier stages?
The Morph mid is not a carry, right? He's a spellcaster in particular. You're just constantly playing around other heroes' abilities, so I think it's fine to be able to fight.
But you could see this Morph being as active and as responsive as the Earth Spirit is in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially Kiyotaka,
yeah.
right? Like, he's just crazy. He tends to... I think every time I've seen him, this last game in particular, he had a bit more difficulties because he got sandwiched on first in the mid lane with the Enchantress rotations. But this one, I could see him do the similar thing that we saw him do on the Monkey King versus the Earth Spirit, where Earth Spirit moves, he follows. And he's just got to constantly turn into him and be able to use his spells against him. And right now, inside the laning phase, he's having a very good matchup versus Law.
As the last hits go, once again, as was the case in Game 1, BetBoom having that bit of a better time. On all three of their positions.
But no kills being hemorrhaged in bottom in particular. While Malik is being slowed down a significant amount now at this point, they aren't dying down here yet.
I mean, it's easy to say, it's because he has to be so careful.
He does. It's such a strong lane. Now that they're level 3 on the Tusk also, you have the Snowball, you have the Shard, and the tag team. So if there's a Shadow Realm used at the wrong position or Malik steps up too far, definitely kill threat. BetBoom, I would imagine after that last game, they want to play faster. That's why they've gone for this Beastmaster SF lineup. They want to be able to match that early aggression that Spirit was able to get the lead with very early on last game. Pull in, they'll catch, save.
He's going to be able to get the disruption off in time to dodge the concoction, but surrounded by the three of them, save will still fall. They'll get the kill here off the back of Lar's rotation.
I like it. Very natural move. He's losing in the mid lane, so just makes the quick early move toward the top lane while grabbing the bounty rune. Yeah, again, CS though. Definitely looking to be that lead for the side of BetBoom. But yeah, just like last time. So right now, Spirit, 2-kill advantage. Do have a slight gold lead from it.
And obviously last game we saw both of the team's carries try for some very early plays around the Twin Gates. This game with the Alchemist and the SF, do you see one of them being better at sort of turning one of these side lanes into a 3-man?
The SF overall can just make the moves a little bit earlier. Also top, we see Katomi coming in. He's got Snowball, but the stun catches.
Indeed, a great pushback there into the 2-man concoction means that Katomi, he's going to be the one to go down. Team Spirit able to push back BetBoom.
Oh, that means supports are not going to be there to contest these, to contest the runes. There's another poison on a stack Satanic. We've seen him die to the 5th stack once before in this tournament.
Yeah, he's learned from that.
Oh, did he?
Oh.
He's got the 5th one. I don't think it's enough.
Surely not. Yeah, it can't be.
It's very close.
Yeah,
it was very close.
Going up.
He's okay.
How much is about 300?
It's like 400.
About 400, yeah.
It's like 450 or so after reductions.
Bottom
Malik, though, now he's alone.
This is the problem, right? As soon as you leave the Mars separate against these two, they'll run him down and kill him very easy. Top!
He caught him.
Oh.
They got him with an axe and another poison. Wasn't careful enough. The burst is too much, and now Laurel can't get it.
Disruption was at the ready. Stops Laurel from being able to get in on top of them.
Oh, he died again. He still dies to the catch.
Something about these Shadow Demons, you know, they've very much been the strength against Satanic in these lanes.
And Malik, he is having an incredibly slow start, and they're even bringing Kiyotaka. Rotations have to come from Laurel. He is going to make the move down.
They can't allow Malik to go down a second time.
No, and Kiyotaka, he's going to contest for the rune. Laurel has Magnetize. Who's going to get it? He's looking to turn into him.
He's in with the roll forward, Laurel.
Requiem.
He's going to get pushed back by the Requiem. Indeed, they make sure that they secure the Wisdom Rune for themselves, BetBoom. They're going to try and fight Laurel. Laurel will get the Magnetize up, but he's gone. The waveform comes in. Kiyotaka gets the kill. I mean, Team Spirit, they're trying to desperately push back against BetBoom. Pure, he'll get chased down into the tree line. Katomi's salving up, he'll turn with another raise, gets a couple more of them off Pure, and finally falls. But this is
Kiyotaka's cleaning up.
They clean up big time. He'll turn in the Earth Spirit. They get the snowball forward on towards Malik.
Does he roll in?
He's tempted.
It's Kiyotaka, so he's always tempted.
But
I think the Morph wore off, or he was going to go in, I think.
That's true, actually. He wanted to go in, no doubt about it. I mean, he's going to be happy with that nonetheless, picking up a triple kill.
That was huge. And they get the double wisdoms as well. The Requiem coming in from Pure pushes away Laurel.
Top lane Satanic's got to be careful again. This poisons are starting to really stack up on him.
Saves looking for the angle. Now it's level 3 poison too, so it hurts quite a bit more if he does get the extra stacks.
Stacks will wear off.
He's got double wards to watch the Alchemist. So Satanic, he is going to do what we see a lot on these Alcs, is get these stacks going in your small camps, but there's ways for BetBoom to contest them as well. Miro has 6. He's got the Roar at the ready.
Already feeling like this game is going to be a harder one for Spirit.
Yeah, much better this time around. The early game from BetBoom. Laurel has been slowed down. Both the mid and the off lane are massively slowed down. Satanic, the roar comes out.
And TP's are going to come in straight away and respond.
He's stunning himself, and here comes Pure.
Yeah, he's come out across with the razors, ready to try and chase down Satanic, but Satanic just far enough away to keep safe as BetBoom don't have any further control.
Katomi's porting in as well. Satanic has to be careful how far he steps up.
The grab with the shards. And look who's swinging in for the side, Kiyotaka.
Can he play around them?
The Bramble will be dodged by Satanic. They're still in on him. They're
Nice
back
stun.
onto the three of them, holds them back and gives Satanic the space to escape.
BetBoom is playing so much faster this game, though, just really looking to dictate the pace and shut down this Alchemist. And so far, they've been able to bring down at least once, and now they push him away also during Chemical Rage. Might just be able to find this tower, too. But Laurel,
He's heading up.
he wants to stop this.
Mirror's pretty low.
Radiant are
See what they can find. The scan's been hit, so BetBoom know that
They
Lyle's
know.
making this rotation top.
All the way to the north side. Is Save even going to TP out? Miro definitely will to go back to his Ancients, but Save looking to stick around just to steal some of these camps. I think they saw him for a
It's
second,
going to
though.
take a bit of time, you know, a lot for the TP out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good TP there. And Pure, even though he has died the once, he's only slightly behind this Alchemist in terms of farm. Very good aggression coming out from them, and yeah, so far, the Kiyotaka Morphling, it is one of those X factors with the moves. He's gonna kill the same build that we saw last time with that Phylactery. And Satanic in a bit of a weird spot here in the mid. He's trapped.
He's going to have to take the long walk out to the side. I mean, Pure's coming in as well. Throw the concoction out towards the SF, but they've got the four heroes here, somehow still able to live. I mean, that looked...
Pure.
He looked pretty dead, but...
I mean, Pure gave him the option to go for the stun. I think he had no other target. If Pure didn't step up there, he would have stunned himself. A little bit of a slip up there coming out from BetBoom.
Yeah, it gets away
Radiant's
from
bottom tower is
a
under
dangerous
attack.
spot in the map.
The most dangerous spot on the map. Playing in the... How many times do we talk about that water spot? If you get caught in beautiful shards, but he ends up being able to walk away. Pretty huge survival.
Now, bottom lane, Spirit, they're finding the space to put the pressure onto this tier 1. Here with Lyle turning up to help back up the push with Ruin Malik. Looks like this tower will be let to fall.
And Malik has found a bit of time to recover as well. His net worth is pretty good when he is playing versus that extremely hard matchup. He's same as the Beastmaster, and now is 6th. They're going to look for a move.
They're still heavily focused around this mid lane, BetBoom. They're trying to get the setup onto Lyle.
Poshka
Is under attack.
jukes it. They're rotating over.
Save.
Malik's here.
Going to try and go for the setup. They use the disruption to surround him. And look for Lyle, but he's able to roll away back to the rest of this team that's coming with the backup. Malik does have the arena, but they don't want to fight into this for now. Kiyotaka's going to try and chase them away.
He's not...
They don't find sort of the angle to get in as they hoped for.
Yeah, and Kiyotaka knows how much he can push the limits, because even versus the Mars, they're still not level 6 on the supports. So a bit of limited control versus this Morphling. He can just waveform out of the arena. If they had 6 on Rue, perhaps that fight could have actually been successful for Spirit to look for something, but they don't have the combo yet. Once they've got the combo of that arena plus the fear, they can look to take the fights a bit more head-on. But BetBoom, with a gold advantage and an XP advantage after taking the runes, and now getting 2 very early towers.
Yeah, everything's going to plan for them so far. The fact that Pure's still keeping up with the farm that Satanic's getting as an alchemist on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's not that free farm out by any means. He will still probably get the Radiance at that usual 12 to 13 minute mark that we've seen, since he's got these camps to go back to.
Dire are
Yeah, his
scanning.
mid and his offlaner have been slowed down a good amount here. Even though Malik, we were talking about him recovering, can't find an angle to get a good arena off just yet.
Yeah, it's going to be going straight for the Blink Dagger this game
Don't blame him.
to try for the plays.
Laurel goes standard, Blade Mail afterwards. Kiyotaka has a haste rune, very close to having his Phylactery done.
It's just so hard, as you say, to kill this morph.
It
He's
is.
had such a good start, Kiyotaka, and he's so slippery, and he's got...
And he's got saves.
The both of them, right? The Shadow Demon and the Tusk. Pretty much the Dream supports in this patch that are very relevant when it comes to offering reliable saves.
Yep. He's got a haste rune right now. He's going to go on to Rue. Poking and prodding.
Malik heading over to try and help push him out of the area. Unless he's
Got a
trying to
haste
take
rune.
some of their stacks, but he's just getting any sort of catch on this morph. It's almost impossible.
He's just kind of toying with them.
He knows they can't go on him.
Yeah, I mean, Malik's trying to find an angle to catch him, but it's just difficult. I mean, Kiyotaka's literally, yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's being very pesky. Okay, the Radiance is actually going to get slowed down a little bit here. So not 13 minutes, it'll probably come 13:30 or so. Pure is level 10. His timings are very fast. Yasha Dragonlance, and he's going to go the BKB after since he's playing versus the Mars Earth Spirit Willow combo.
Radiant are scanning.
It's early days, but it's feeling quite good for BetBoom with the way that they've been able to play these lanes and get away with Miro, now pretty much finishing his Ags. These stacks are not contested. And a lot of that is because of the annoyance of Kiyotaka just dancing in their faces, forcing 3 heroes. That's pretty much the Ags done. So they could look to, we were talking about acceleration of the games. Usually this is one of the big ones we talk about is the Ags Beast, is being able to just sneak a Rosh in particular, which their lineup most definitely can do. Rue will find the Wisdom, so now has level 6. The 2 supports on the side of Spirit, so they do have combos if they can get the Blink on Malik, which he is very close to. This game could explode pretty quickly, though, it feels like. If Spirit loses an upcoming fight, it could be pretty devastating for them.
I really just feel like Kiyotaka can farm wherever he wants,
Really can.
even on Spirit's side of the map.
He even has this illusion rune, so if there is the 1 point in Geo Grip, which Laurel did do this game, he is 4-2-1, which you don't see too often. He's got a way to play around it with the Ilu or the bailout of his teammates. That's why he's playing so aggressively forward.
Yeah, being positioned as he is in this mid lane, Kiyotaka, it just means there's very little ways of Spirit finding their way around to punish either Pure or Miro.
Now with the Blink on Malik, that could be the option if they can get the angle. Still quite difficult to be able to find this more.
Yeah, it's not easy. They're going to try with this Blink pickup. Can they actually catch Kiyotaka by surprise?
Hey, the Rosh is going to get started, so they have to make a decision of where they want to go. They might be expecting this Rosh because, you know, we see it like every single time in these type of games, and they had the ward prepped.
This could be pretty big if they can find these 2 around the pit with the Blink, but already BetBoom know they're not doing this quick enough, and there's too many heroes off the map from Spirit side of things. So
they're bringing the squad, Owen. Pure.
And the squad is pretty strong.
Yep. Pure is a bit vulnerable if they catch him in the front line, but if he's able to sit in the back line with his bruisers in the front, he's going to do a ton of damage in this upcoming fight. Let's see if they can get the angle on Spirit. Can they get the Wombo combo? Because they do have good team fight if they can get the catch.
They do.
It's just the if.
A lot of damage between the Arena, the Fear, and the Magnetize.
And Rue
control
might just get caught first.
Be able to get into the Shadow Realm in time. Katomi's got his eyes on Maposhka. Spirit, they have to back away. Rue, after the Shadow Realm comes to end, and he is out.
Kiyotaka just, he's too aggressive. They can't handle it. They're scared to make the move, because if they miss the initiation on this Morphling, things just get disastrous for them very quickly, and now they're going to probably be able to get that Rosh. Spirit still inching over to try to contest.
So hard, though, without the full lineup. Yeah. And even when they have the full lineup, it's just not been happening.
It's going to die pretty fast, too, now.
Maybe Lal tries for a steal.
See if they can get the angle.
They could try.
Katomi's giving vision.
Can he time it? It's falling low. They'll set up with the pushback, but it's already gone. They jump up with the Arena. They'll control the
big combo.
Magnetize to follow. They get the concoction out, but saves him with the disruption. Keep it Pure, save Pure. Can't get the Requiem off in time. The Fear comes in from Rue, puts the stop to it. They'll be able to take down the Tusk on top of this all.
Miro respawns. He looks a bit afraid to contest forward there, Miro. Didn't want to push forward, even though he's the one respawning. Satanic lives.
I mean, not a bad effort there from Spirit. They do lose pretty good cores.
Yeah.
But they're able to get some kills for themselves.
Satanic might find another. Kiyotaka gets the shift.
Kokchi's pretty low here, but the disruption comes into play. Stops the bushwhack from connecting. It will actually turn aggressively with the waveform, go straight over towards Satanic. They're looking to kill off this Alchemist, and they'll get him.
Oh, they thought they could get him, but Kiyotaka's too quick.
He is, and he had just enough HP to play with.
And save. This is why they have the SD with the Morph. He gets the save off onto him. Super clutch. They tried to push the limits there because they had vision. They had that ward right on top of him, but very quick bailout, gets the shift off and gets the saved. Save from save.
Yeah, it really nearly did work out there for Spirit.
Almost.
But BetBoom, just that little bit ahead. These sort of moves and these heroes in particular. Kiyotaka, they just don't quite seem to have an answer for him. 4-0-3. He can do whatever he wants on the map.
He really is such a problem. It's pretty crazy. As now top also Miro.
They get the setup on Malik. And now with Katomi coming in from the side, they can get the catch on him at Poshka. They catch him with the snowball and the punch. Pure's in with the damage. Satanic, he's jumped in with the concoction. I think he's got to be a bit careful himself.
They don't have any extra catch. Snowball, everything on cooldown. So
he'll back away after that one. The pressure's coming in. Pure's pretty much going to have the goal for the BKB. The items continue to fly out for BetBoom as they creep further and further ahead of Spirit.
And the BKB's pretty huge for Pure, as we saw in the last fight. Yeah, he's very vulnerable for now, but once he's got BKB, he'll be able to get that Requiem off in almost every single one of the occasions because there is no BKB piercing lockdown for him. And a lot of these games I've seen from BetBoom, it's like, yes, Pure is playing his SF, right? He's the hard carry, but it's actually Miro as his Beastmaster in a lot of these situations, whereas he's like this carry Beastmaster. The amount of damage he ends up kicking off inside the fights is pretty crazy, as we saw there versus Satanic.
What is the game plan for Spirit? Yeah, at this point, they're going to feel that they're really rapidly losing control of any sort of chance to turn fights against BetBoom. What are you looking towards next?
You have to somehow find the backline heroes in particular, right? Find save on the SD before he can get these saves onto the Morphlings, but it is difficult to see because Kiyotaka, he's just starting the fights, right? He's just waveforming in, and then it kind of causes panic from Spirit that they don't want to go on this Morphling. So it's difficult to see how Spirit wants to approach those upcoming fights versus the super annoying Morph that gets all the information for his team. And the Beastmaster now at this point has Blink. So when he gets all this information given from the Morph, he can pick and choose the targets that he wants to go for with that Roar. And the disparity of net worth is really starting to reflect. These other two cores just not really able to dish off as much as they'd like to. Laurel having a much harder game this time around as this Earth Spirit than he did last time. And he almost has Octarine on.
Yeah, it's going to be some very, very good timings from Kiyotaka once again on this mid-morph.
And look at how aggressive he plays forward. He's not afraid of the catch. And in the meanwhile, BetBoom making the move, looking for Satanic.
Is he gonna expect this?
This is a pretty
I
good
don't think he's going to be
wraparound.
expecting this sort of smoke play. He'll get the blink off, and the snowball will chase him down. There's no saving him.
That was a crazy wraparound there from BetBoom. And Kiyotaka, they tip him because he's bottom.
He's showing there.
Forcing 4 heroes to kind of make moves and like kind of poke at him, and then they just know that they can isolate the Alchemist. Yeah, this guy, I mean, sometimes when he plays these specific heroes, he just really knows how to push the limit on them and almost lose their Willow. We'll be able to get the Tormentor. But yeah, Kiyotaka.
Yep, the mid-morph.
It's so much pressure. He's applying so many reactions that it's just allowing his team to shut down the Alchemist. And now they'll get a tier 2 as well.
And we're sort of how good it's been. I mean, obviously they've got so many other heroes that they've been smashing games with, but I'd say it's a little bit of a surprise that we didn't see him do this more in this tournament with how good his mid-morph play has been.
It's the way that they set up for the draft in particular, right? Because the panel was saying too, oh my goodness, this could be a great game for Spirit to get this Morphling, but the fact that they can do this type of flex play and take it, it is very clever. And now at this point, he's got an Octarine too, so these upcoming fights, he's probably going to be pretty unkillable. And he can just jump in, he can be permanently Shadow Realmed or throw these constant kicks and roll arounds plus waveforms. Getting harder and harder, it feels like, for Spirit. A 7,000 gold lead now. And they're the team with the Alchemist.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, the whole sort of momentum and game plan, it never really came together for Spirit here in this game too, so far it feels. And for BetBoom to let this one slip away, it feels like it's going to have to take a pretty big throw.
It is. And they've already claimed 2 of the towers. Kiyotaka, he might get caught. I mean, he's just trying to push the limits so much here.
Even if they grab him there with the spear, he's not dying. Well, far too much HP to get through.
He is so
again,
annoying.
The distraction. Space is there for the bottom lane to be pushed in. BetBoom, they'll be able to claim the final tier 2 tower that Spirit had standing. It's just 22 minutes in.
He really is just giving. It's just insane how much information he's been able to give to allow Pure to just play as aggressive as he really wants. Yet all 3 tier 2s already taken out. They've only lost 1 tower on the side of BetBoom so far.
And I imagine this is the hard thing as well for Spirit or any other team that's playing against BetBoom when they run the game like this, in this style. It's just a sort of a scenario that you probably don't find yourself in that often. You know, how many games are you getting kind of completely crushed by a mid-morph? It doesn't happen a lot.
But it does truly feel like it's the whole combo of it all. It's not just this morph. Of course, it's fantastic versus these strength mid laners that he can use and versus Willow, but it's having the save behind him and having Miro on his literal best hero, right? Getting to play this Beastmaster, they're able to absorb the space that he's been able to give. And
gonna try.
He's got BKB. It's hard to go for Pure.
Well, they know that the Spirit's here as well, so no further chance of catching them by surprise with this play.
Because even if you get the catch onto the SF, he's got the Tusk, he's got the Shadow Demon behind him to save.
Not going to happen here, Spirit. They've got to fall back.
Miposhka is getting, I mean, as he does, as this, in his 5 position, but as his hoodwink, he has Atos. So he is starting to get a bit more control in particular, but still, as we're seeing, they're just falling further and further behind. They can't find any catches or any team fights that they can execute their combo.
Yeah, it's just that the kind of the matchup of the net worths just looks pretty...
It looks great.
Pretty rough for Spirit. You know, they have Satanic on his Alchemist, but on BetBoom's side, they have 3 cores that are right behind him 23 minutes in. You know, there's not that increase, that lead that the Alk really needs to be playing with. And his other 2 cores, they're falling far behind here on the Mars and the Earth Spirit.
And there's, again, I'll say that there's no BKB piercing disables, which is massive. Well, on the side of BetBoom, they have Roar. They have the Demonic Purge. They have the Punch. So overall for the Alchemist, hard for him to approach the fights unless they get a perfect angle, because he'll just get purged. That's the main target they just need to go for. And damage now starting to rack up after having double defensive kind of items there for Pure. He's got a crit, and there's Smoke looking for a catch. BKB also finished on Miero. They have the answers versus the big team fight that Spirit has. They've got the BKBs to counter it. This next fight could be very problematic for Spirit. Looks like they are just trying to farm up. Everybody split up on the side of Spirit. And Satanic, he's going to get caught.
They got him.
It's a tough game. Tough game for Spirit.
This is a very hard one.
BetBoom made the adjustments in this early game. Will be able to survive, but you can see the map. Look at how they're playing on Spirit. They want nothing to do with the fight. Everybody's just farming, hitting creeps. And the question really comes is like, what's the next item that they feel they're going to be able to actually fight into this BB draft? Let's see it again. Yeah, he knows that game stage is just incredibly difficult for him to find any farm.
Not a lot to be done, it feels, at this stage of the game. Just still very early, 25 minutes in, but that's the real problem, right? It's 25 minutes in, they're 10k behind with an Alchemist lineup. These are not good numbers here, and unfortunately for Spirit.
And look at the positioning here too from Kiyotaka, just continue to play incredibly aggressive. Sees Miposhka. Can they set up on him? They're swinging 5 heroes.
He can just show himself on any lane wherever he wants. Chances of them killing him are very, very low.
And Rosh is going to be the next ticker. They already have a ward set up on the side of BetBoom. Save's got it prepared. He's going to have Blink after that Aether Lens to get the save if the combo even comes out from Spirit. This has to be crazy execution from Spirit in this next fight. It could just be the last fight for them. All of BetBoom swinging up. Pure level 19. The ward will get taken away, Spirit. Will get scouted. Rosh is up in 5 seconds.
Miro.
He's in.
He's
in. The roar.
BKB will be off in time. A lot of damage still coming through it. Satanic can be able to turn and get the concoction out.
That is an awkward start. No BKB for your Alchemist. Kiyotaka's in.
They have to retreat, surely, Spirit. Lal poking around with Kiyotaka, but no interest of heading into the middle of the fight.
Split up. It can't contest the Rosh now. No BKB Alk. Pretty much impossible for him to join in. You have to sack it. So BetBoom, just with that type of poke from Miero, they'll be able to secure themselves this Rosh very likely.
Still hovering outside of the base, Spirit. Do they really have any intention of closing in on this Rosh? If they did, it's going to be too late. The Rosh is gone.
They got the disables.
So if they can take him out quickly, it's going to be protected by the Snowball. Still though, caught in the arena. Never mind, waveform's up. He's able to jump out to the side.
He's feared.
He's disabled. The bushwhack. They get him. They're able to burst him with the sharpshooter. Lal, they put the BKB try and run here. Escape from Miro.
Can Satanic get himself away?
If they can get out of this, they'll take that fight. Team Spirit, they get the 2 kills, one of them being the big one, finally taking out Kiyotaka, and they don't lose any of themselves for it.
All right, best fight they could have asked for.
It is something in a whole world of nothing so far this game for them.
Kiyotaka, he pushed his limits this time around a little bit too much, as he does sometimes. Gets killed, gets caught too far away from that secondary bailout from the Shadow Demon.
Finally, some decent help.
That was honestly pretty huge when they didn't have BKB Alchemist, right? The fact that they can at least get some kills. Yes, there's still an Aegis that gets grabbed from the Shadow Fiend, but silver lining.
Who got the money for the kill on Kiyotaka? It was Miposhka, so it's going to continue to be a very rich hoodwink.
He kind of needs to be. It feels like, since his two cores are falling behind massively.
Sure.
He probably needs to get this type of scaling.
Yeah, just get that Gleipnir done next.
Sure. Yeah, I don't blame him. He received the shard earlier too, so a little bit of extra damage that he's able to get. Not bad, but still difficult.
They need a lot more of that.
Pure with the data list now. He's about to hit 20 for that increased damage on his talent. But not bad.
Gonna have to deal with this 3 minutes of Aegis. BetBoom are likely to be interested in pushing the high ground.
If they can get a catch, yeah. Still, as we said, massive amount of team fight that Spirit has if they can get the connection on the heroes and if they see the 2 saving supports. Roar is at the ready, BKB is at the ready. Pure, he's in deep. Tower's dropping fast.
Just gonna start things. So this Aegis BKB Manta, Shadow Fiend.
And he's hit 20, so extra damage.
Not an easy one to get off your barracks.
Can't just let him keep poking it. Scared to jump.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oh, uh-oh. That was Laurel. Uh-oh.
Well, at least they didn't see it,
Dire's
right?
bottom barracks are
I don't
Dire's
think they
bottom barracks
did,
has
but
fallen.
they lose the racks for free, and now without BKB on him, he is
It's super
very
difficult for him to go in.
Yeah, he's very, very vulnerable if he does jump in.
And whether they know or not, they may just still go for another high ground push down the mid with
Radiant's
how
top tower
easy
is
that
under
one was down bottom.
They still have the banner down here too. Save is pinging potentially to look for a jump.
Yeah, they wondered if there's any sort of setup behind it. Pure. He's going to come back to finish off the job down here.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
But does work with that racks onto mid. Kiyotaka
Oh, he's in.
gets the
Has to put
BKB off.
the BKB straight before the spear comes in from Malik. Malik himself has to put the BKB jump forward for Satanic. They're trying to
He's
burst
controlled.
through him.
He's
but won't.
roared.
But indeed, he's caught by the stun. They're in on top
He's
of him.
gone.
Satanic's gone for 50 seconds. Pure BKBs turns over to Wazlar. Lal's out of the game as well. No buyback on the 2 cores.
That's likely it. Can they hold with 3? Pure, he's still got Aegis.
I mean, Kiyotaka's just messing with them underneath the tier 4s as he keeps morphing into the Dark Willow.
Look at these brambles. Look at the control.
Brambles upon cursed crowns upon cursed crowns.
And he's in again.
Just bullying back the 3 of them. The
Another
pushback down
bramble.
on him. It's pretty low, but there's going to be the disruption to keep him safe and a waveform at the ready.
He's just making the space. Pure's taking the buildings.
And up towards the top.
Brew.
Glimmer will protect him for now. Malik,
Here.
good spear out onto the 2 of them,
He's
but
caught.
they're in straight away on top of him in response as Malik's gone as well. Also out without buyback.
Are fortified.
They'll have Satanic up in a second.
Looks like BetBoom will back away with those respawns, but massive damage done. And you said Kiyotaka, he's just messing with them, Owen. Just dropping the brambles and the roar. He's Satanic. Even if he gets the BKB off, he's just dead.
And Lal trying to get in on the fight, but of course with that BKB pressed early, I believe what still didn't have it back up. Gets caught by the bushwhack. They kill him very easy after he goes straight into the middle of it.
So hard to play the Earth Spirit versus a Morphling dropping brambles everywhere when you don't have that BKB. They still have Aegis for 30 seconds. They're going to look to go again. Satanic, it's impossible for him to fight just versus so many different disables. Versus so much
they've got all the
distraction.
answers now.
It really does feel like they've got everything. Even another full item coming out, I believe. Was that those Shivas? Is that the full one? Oh, okay, not just yet. Okay, but close. Actually, I think he does have it. All right. Even more items coming out for this Beastmaster. They're matching the farm on the Beastmaster versus an Alchemist. I mean, Miero, he's done this a lot on his Beast. Final set, Spirit. Have to try to hold on to it. Tell me. Considering a jump.
I mean, they can just jump them, and Miro's going to try it.
Gets
The
the
roar off,
BKB
but
off.
BKB was there in time. Still a lot of heavy physical coming in. They get the punch up. The arena's going to get dropped down low. He'll still tick out underneath
Satanic.
the tier 4. Satanic getting destroyed here by the damage coming out from Pure. He's out. No buyback still on him. Malik to fall as well, slowly but surely, as he'll push them back. But the raises from Pure finish him off. As this game, they'll have one more buyback to play with, but yeah, the cores don't have it. GG is called. We're going to a game 3 as BetBoom in this game 2. There ain't no messing around. from them.
No.
This is a walk in the park for them, this one, folks.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the deciding Game 3 here between Team Spirit and BetBoom. And we're already getting the action straight away here as we have the setup with the shards on a key attacker. The whole of Team Spirit here coming in to try and take down this but they got the dragon now. With the disruptions there, they'll be able to keep him safe for now. Turn towards Satanic. In fact, it will be BetBoom who claim first blood.
How many times, even in the start of a game, will Save be able to save his teammates as Shadow Demon? I feel like I say this too much. Saving people time and time again.
Yes.
And overall, too, we got to look at these things with the Magnus. BetBoom has yet to lose with this hero in this tournament. So one thing I did want to point out.
In multiple roles.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
All three cores have played it. So Spirit, they've gone for I think this lineup overall wants to fight more early. I think that's what was their concern last time, just trying to have this Pango and Tiny so they can fight versus the BetBoom's constant way of setting paces. Did he just steal it? He did.
Yes, he did. And that means they get all 4. So BetBoom, they get first blood, they get 4 bounty runes. And can Team Spirit at least kill Kiyotaka here? They cannot. Backup comes in. They can't even get the kill here. So unfortunately for Spirit, they're having to start this game against the team that got first blood and got all 4 bounty runes.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, BetBoom, they've just been specialists at working these type of games. So good at the early game. Kiyotaka is starting low, but he's bringing a salve immediately to pump himself back up. But yeah, look how these side lanes are going to go. They end up putting the Pango in the off lane versus Clockwork, one of his harder matchups in terms of the lane in particular there for Malik. But probably afraid to put it in mid because I've seen a couple times in this tournament where these mid Pangos go versus the Magnus and then gets destroyed the entire game from it. So that's probably why they wanted to have Malik have this Pango in the off lane to sack him a little bit.
Yeah, and why do you think they went for the Tiny in particular this game?
Laurel comfort, but I think also what they were talking about is the armor that you can get at least from Grow versus this heavy burst damage, and they want a repositioning tool versus the Shadow Fiend. So you can stop the save in particular from the Shadow Demon, but Tiny overall has been a bit of a mixed hero across the board. It hasn't been the most popular in most instances, and even when we do see it picked, it's been underwhelming in some of these games, so we'll see how it ends up working out for him.
They want to try for the setup bit.
They're level 2 already.
Got the disruption.
Big stun.
Very quick Dragon Tail indeed, making sure the Mirror can't get the skewer back.
Malik will be able to juke out those cogs. He's cutting all the trees. And yeah, well, in particular, I'm wondering how Malik's going to do down here because it just feels difficult for him. And top, Satanic is getting pressured as well, at least in these first few waves. Getting 4 bounty runes, getting first blood. They have these level 2s just that much earlier to be able to make these aggressive moves at the 1 minute mark.
Because what this bottom lane, it is once again what the kind of the SF plus a very strong support that we've seen them do absolute wonders with BetBoom. And you don't really see this duo off lane of Team Spirit causing many issues for them.
No, not for Pure in particular. He should be just fine. And it's very difficult as a Pango to play versus Clockwork. Just if he gets you inside of the cogs, the battery assault is very annoying in the laning phase, but also in the mid game, it can be very pesky. Laurel doing good in the mid lane though. He is having an advantage, 10-5 versus 6-2 at Kiyotaka.
Yeah, some good last hitting hit.
Yep.
Solid denies, has that extra heavy hit.
So that's probably another reason why he wanted to play it, since he does feel like he'll have a good matchup in particular. Although with the Ember picked afterwards, but Laurel just being confident.
And bottom. Very hard for them to put pressure on towards Pure.
He'll free farm. Does feel like it. But they do have the matchup, you know, Satanic, he has been very good on his DK, and it will have that plus armor that's always going to be nice versus the SF presence. Here. That was a interesting shot there from Rue. No trees even next to him, so it doesn't even get the bounce back. A weird one. Level 3's been hit. Level 2 raise is online.
Nice job for them to step up anywhere near this SF already.
Yeah, and he's already got, what, 11 wand charges. They'd be able to secure that Lotus. So, yeah, this bottom lane, it's going to be absolute free farm for Pure. Top lane, we are seeing Satanic getting a bit of a better start here versus the Magnus, since he always has the way to play versus the Skewer. But this Magnus is also going to free farm because he just throws the Empower onto himself, and he has that great base damage, and he's always got save behind him. So 3 lanes, or 2 lanes in particular, that look very good for the side of BetBoom. That mid lane,
yeah, it's good stuff.
Laurel's going to have to do a lot, it feels like. And yeah, right now having a good start. Kiyotaka early, though, I feel like the reason he wanted to play this, too, is just he's going to do the Kiyotaka thing, right? Where he's just playing in their faces and being a total nuisance. There's a lot of disables for him, but Flame Guard is going to be very nice versus the potential burst that Spirit has. Good toss back.
Yeah, good toss back. They're getting quite a few hits here onto Kiyotaka.
That was a really nice one.
Water Rune is up. Let's get the refuel.
and prevent the refill there on Laurel. Making an aggressive move. Miposhka trying to get the angle for the shards. He'll get the snowball.
He's going to have Flame Guard and Sleight of Fist back up in a second.
He's tanking it. Did enough to tank the tag team, though.
Avalanche up. They're going to have him, surely. Kiyotaka.
They should have.
He's got one bottle charge, but the shards are up. They'll trap him in and make sure Laurel gets the kill.
Nice play from Miposhka. Hits the level 3 off the creep wave in the mid lane, and he just gets that extra level to be able to find him and run him down.
Yeah,
Playing around Laurel, that's definitely going to be a key to success for them, it feels like.
Absolutely. I think the sort of side lane situation is very hard for them to rectify early on, so just all in on the tiny basket. Make sure that he gets that faster first time timing.
Top again. Gets the stun. And Satanic probably also being like, man, how come I keep playing versus Shadow Demon? I think that's the one that I think I've seen him have the most difficulty versus in terms of laning phase, just the Shadow Poison and just obnoxious capability of the hero to prevent him from getting CS. So we're seeing the difference really start to build up between him and Miro. 28-7 to the 19-2. That is an interesting approach there from Katomi too, as again, they're going aggro on Satanic.
They're getting quite a bit of poison stacked up on him.
That's 3. Does miss the next one, but the 4th one will probably kill him.
Yeah, they've got him.
They're just very good at using these two. I mean, the Shadow Demon in particular save at both functions of aggression and defensive capabilities early on. And yeah, interesting thing to point out, I was looking at Katomi's build, I don't see many people do this, but he got a buckler in the lane. So he's playing with an SF who can be a little vulnerable sometimes, but having, I mean, extra armor, I don't know. SF has like 9, so it's interesting to point out, but I just haven't seen anyone do that. And Laurel does get forced back to base. They're going to be able to get the rune, it looks like, too. The double support's setting up. Laurel isn't going to be able to get the fill up. And Save is getting stacks going. A 2K lead already from these bounties, from the CS advantage.
And that mid lane, even though they had the setup to get the kill against Kiyotaka, he's caught back up in last hits.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. Oh, he actually snipes the catapult too, and yeah, I think he's going to hit 6. Yeah, he's going to hit 6 first in comparison to Laurel. At first blood, the whole situation that happened definitely having an effect there. So 6 is out. He should be more than safe to play in here, and he's got the shield rune too to be able to potentially actually bully here, because he's got the catapult wave. He was able to clear it out. So can actually start to poke this tower here too. Laurel will stop the push immediately though. Toss. Wisdom runes. Who's gonna get them? They were able to take both last time on the side of BetBoom. Looks like this one should just be an equivalent exchange. But this Pango is really suffering. It's a choice that they made though, right? They have to have
Someone had to go down it.
Yeah, they have to expect that he was gonna have a struggle as he's caught inside the cogs. He's gonna lose quite a bit of mana there versus Katomi. Skewer. And Miro.
Good, and they're bringing in a TP as well. They want to try and make something happen with this.
Yeah,
Shockwave dragged back onto the both of them. And there's the disruption. Buys time for Katomi to get in on top. Cause Miposhka to, despite his best efforts there with the shards, very unlikely to escape. Snowball buys him a bit of time, but the poison, once again from Save, finishes off the kill.
Great TP from Katomi. He's already secured his bottom lane. Can they take advantage of the fact that the clockwork left? Pure has already hit 6. So he's got the Requiem if they do try to make an aggressive move. And with these two, they can't. They need a 3rd hero to try to go for it. It's early days, but already BetBoom setting the tempo in this game.
Yeah, they really are. They've got their eyes on mid. And he's just trying to control the area whilst the power rune spawns. 8 minutes.
They're really just preventing, you know, we were mentioning that Laurel has to have a good type of start, it feels like, with how these side lanes are going, and they're just putting a lot of pressure to not let him get runes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he got a little bit of help earlier on, obviously, to get that, well, not first blood, sorry, but get the kill against the Ember, but outside of that, there's not really been as much focus around the rune spawn as, at least, or as much as BetBoom themselves have been bringing in to help out Kiyotaka.
And we're going to look at these stacks that Save's been able to make as well during all these aggressive moves. He's got, what, a double ancient, or triple ancient plus double hard camp that Miro's going to be able to go back to as Kiyotaka. He can stand his ground in mid. Yeah, Pure is just getting absolute free farm. No contest onto this SF now. Let's see if Laurel can look to make an early move. So far, not the case, though. Malik's got Rolling Thunder. Let's see if they can use it.
They've got to look for something early somewhere.
I'm already seeing Satanic jungling completely. He's already pushed all the way toward top, doesn't want to lane. Too much aggression that's come to him.
Where do you look if you're Spirit? Where is sort of the easiest lane to make something happen around a core?
It's probably around Rolling Thunder and the Tiny if they make a rotation toward the SF, but they've got the TP responses available. Miero is level 7, so he's got RP. So just it's not easy for them to really go for a straight target. Kiyotaka is...
Oh, he's being cheeky.
Yeah, in very Kiyotaka.
He's not getting away with that.
Yeah.
Can't steal the stacks from them.
He does this like every game, I feel like. Always pushing the limits of his hero. I feel like he's always playing these elusive cores too to be able to do that. Courier, wait, what was that doing there?
What was it doing there?
Bit of gold given away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, indeed have no sort of pressure being put on him.
Nope, none whatsoever. They have hit 6 on Malik, but they're not looking to make a move with that Rolling Thunder just yet. Laurel will find himself a power rune, but not one that really enables him to find an extra nice kill. Pierre's just maximizing the farm, and he is getting it faster in comparison to the DK.
Surely got to try something soon. I mean, is he just going to be around that blink dagger timing from Lal? Is this really what they're going to sit back and wait for?
It's a long time away though, and I feel like they're getting out farmed. They're getting out maximized, out economied from the side of BetBoom. The way that they've gotten the stacks going, and Malik has to be very careful with how he plays here, because if he gets caught inside the cogs and battery assault, can just go down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna have the blink on their offlane Magnus before the blink comes out on the mid Tiny. So any aggressive move that they make, they're gonna have to be ready with numbers. They're gonna have to be very prepared for that RP that comes in. And Kiyotaka, he is getting closer and closer to having his Mage Slayer. That's gonna cause a big problem in particular for Laurel. That burst potential just won't be there as much now. Save. They're just maximizing farm, Owen. Just getting those stacks going. They're clearing them fast with the poisons.
Yeah, and this is going to give Mirror the goal for that blink dagger.
Yep.
So as you say, much faster than anyone else is going to be getting it this game.
Yeah, Rue is getting the stacks going for Satanic, but yeah, the timing of the blinks.
It's
pretty crazy that Miro's been able to finish this one up so fast.
Despite the fact that Spirit have these, well, not only just sort of 2 aggressive supports, but a lot of playmaking cores, really. They're just not able to do anything right now.
I think they're just a bit afraid to go for like Pure in particular, because now they've got the 6 on the Clockwork, they've got the 6 on the the blink and the RP on the Magnus, so they can get counter initiated on pretty heavily. They have to 100 to 0 target before the counter initiation comes out, and it can be a bit difficult. They're making the move, BetBoom.
There's the blink dagger.
Their haste rune is there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Core grab would be pretty juicy.
Laurel still doesn't have the blink. Is he going to finish the creep? He's going to get caught.
Easily with the skewer back, making the cogs down. There's going to be no saving this Tiny as Kiyotaka comes in with the damage. Rue will try and turn with the sharpshooter, but Lyle's already gone.
And Rue might be in trouble himself. They've got a slight chains.
Yep, they've got the control. Kiyotaka in with the control with that chains as Rue. He's dead as well.
Just making the first move, making the heads up one, and that's Laurel. He didn't get to finish off that blink dagger. He's 200 short. They get the first catch with the Magnus. And Pure just continues to have a literal free farm. I mean, Satanic, as we said, he's farming well, but it's a similar state to what happened in that last game where his other 2 cores are getting slowed down.
And it's just even more passive this game from Team Spirit as opposed to last game where they were also suffering, just seemingly not able to really do anything at all in this early game.
And it's a pretty terrifying draft from BetBoom in particular in the terms of how they can scale with a Magnus throwing in power onto this Ember and an SF who's getting just absolute free farm. Mage Slayer's done already, Owen. That's before the first move of the Tiny comes out. They've got 2 of their big core items.
There we go, blink reveal at the ready for the 2 of them. Rue smoking up with Lal.
Can they find Pure? Probably the best target they can go for, but he's not the squishiest now. He's 1800 HP on the Shadow Fiend, and he's got the SD behind him.
Smoke up themselves, BetBoom. They seem pretty ready for this. They're in the same
it.
area of the map, ready to protect Pure.
If Kiyotaka even gets like a slight, or even a slight onto the Tiny and just reducing the damage from him from the combo, it'll be devastating.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Pure completely protected by his team. Just no chance whatsoever for Team Spirit to get the catch on him.
No, they make the read, and they're even just looking to go toward mid to pressure the tower, and they're playing behind Kiyotaka. Because it's not an easy burst target to look for on this Ember.
We'll team in a Wisdom though.
They'll get the Wisdom steals.
There we go.
And they're going to have to blink from Malik. So maybe in unison, if they can double blink initiate and blow someone up instantly, that could be an option. But Laurel, he's under vision again.
Can they get the drag back? Looks pretty deep though. Looks like they don't want to try for under the tier 2.
All right. Respecting it. That nobody's showing on the side of Spirit. Spirit. Okay, double blinks. What can they catch?
Something's got to happen for them here. If it doesn't, it's going to feel pretty bad. There's the jump.
Can they change stun?
With the avalanche, they get the pushback as well. The sharpshooter comes in. It's more than enough.
Very nice catch.
Dire's bottom tower has
Can they turn into more? Malik has blink.
Good kill.
Good kill.
Takes quite the bit.
It does. It doesn't seem like they can progress it into anything else just yet, as he's going to be respawning in about 10 seconds. So I'm not going to be able to push into a tower, but space given for Satanic. But that gold did not really shift a whole lot. It only shifted about, what, maybe 200 or 300 after that kill. So he's back up and back into the fray. And now no Rolling Thunder for 45 seconds. Let's see what BetBoom looks to do with that being on cooldown. Miro up top. Get the catch.
There's the jump. It's a huge amount of burst. Pure offers up the recomment.
He gets the RP off.
To get the RP off. He will die, Miro, but a little bit of lockdown he's able to throw down onto Lars. Should give them the chance to take out the Tiny in
and
turn.
they will.
Pure finds him.
They just couldn't pop him, what, 50 HP that he survives on to get the RP off.
And now to the side, Kiyotaka comes in, catches off the escape from Poshka with the chains. He'll turn with the punch. Maybe, in fact, with a sharp block off, he might have a chance. Never mind, the remnants are up. Buys a little further time with the snowball, but the chains are back up. Maposhka falls. BetBoom get the kills, and they get the top tower.
Almost. If they get the kill before the RP, he's going to be able to reset, and we likely see a different situation there, but he lives. He does get it off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, Miro, again, doing the same thing that I mentioned from the other day. When he's playing his offlane Magnus, it's blink, and then he buys the shard very early on. It looks like maybe he's hesitating a moment, but no, he buys it. Because he was getting closer and closer to Ags. But yeah, I've seen this every time, so very interesting how he plays this Magnus.
Yeah, just something that we're not seeing what any of the other teams do. I mean, obviously...
No one else is playing Magnus.
Yeah, that's the thing, right.
So. BetBoom just continuing to show their versatility, the flexibility. Satanic, as you said, he's still farming very well, so we'll see how much he can do with that BKB timing that's going to come out. Because he also is enabled with the damage that's going to be provided and the control with like the lucky shot from the Pango, so it is going to increase his potential a good chunk there.
A tool to teach.
But Pure might just have his BKB first, and it looks like Maposhka might just get found here. He plays Wood out of this one, another slight chains.
Prepare for a lesson.
5k lead. BetBoom.
Keeping it consistent, keeping this Ember in a good position here. The fact that he's almost matching the farm of the DK, getting close to the SF as well. It's pretty huge. Because the big issue really is now that Pure's got BKB, that's when a lot of your options of going for these big catches onto him are going to be just stalled out. It's going to have to be the literal chain stun that you have to get on him before he gets the BKB off and killing him, because if he gets it off, he's just going to wipe the fights.
Yeah, and even then, the Shadow Demon potential is going to be very likely to break him out of any sort of chain combo that you drop.
But Satanic is farming very well. He's almost 15, so he does have a level advantage in comparison versus the Shadow Fiend.
He is. He's got to carry this hard, though.
He does.
BKB and just a few hundred gold.
My worry always is that it's him. I mean, they do this always with their drafts, right? But it is him versus the world in a way, and he's playing versus the Shadow Demon Purge. He's playing versus the Magnus RP, so it can be difficult if they don't see them or take them out before a fight, too, for him to just do that big damage. Let's see how they approach this. I mean, Kiyotaka continues to push the limits of his hero, denying away farm. And they're continuing to grow the lead. Goes from 3k to 4k to 5k to 6k. They're gonna smoke. BKB done on Satanic. Let's see what he can do with it. He got the Grove Bow as well, so he's got that distance he can hit from. But it feels like they have to get a toss-back play. Laurel has to find an opportunity to go for it. It's not easy versus this lineup. Let's see what they find. Save is in the front line. That would be a dream catch. But the vision, it's there!
It's a beautiful up here onto the 2 cores. The Requiem to follow things up as Satanic will finally get the BKB off.
But he's already gone.
So low.
Oh.
He'll toggle his way up for now with the arm that goes for the TP. And can they still kill him through it?
They can.
The physical damage comes out. I mean, BetBoom, they were ready for that. As soon as the smoke dispels, they back off. They're ready to get that jump in with Miro, catching the 2 cores, and there was no way of saving them.
And they double exchange the tips because it's Save who's walking up, and look, he places this ward down, and the second the ward goes down, no hesitation from Miro. A perfect catch. Malik actually tries very close to stopping Pure's Requiem, but as soon as that Requiem RP comes out, the fight's over. Satanic has to pop BKB at 10% HP. They're doing it again, Owen, just like game 2.
They really are.
It's accelerating so fast.
Yeah. I mean, after that crazy game 1 where Spirit definitely gave it their all, and maybe they just didn't have that much more to give in this game 2 and game 3, because BetBoom, they're making these 2 games look pretty easy.
They're just so good at playing with Magnus. I mean, we mentioned it. They're on a 4-game streak with it in multiple different roles, and this one, again, we see a perfect gap. Miro. He's now going to have BKB, so he can do it even easier versus the Pango. He is huge. All 3 cores at this point.
All more farmed than Satanic's DK, who's, you know, he's been farming an absolute treat the whole of this game, but now falling behind all 3 of BetBoom's cores just 20 minutes in.
He's got Shivas already. Now, Kiyotaka is huge this game as well, in a position where he always does, but he's pushing the limits as his hero. And yes, Satanic, if that's the way these fights kick off, if they don't get the initiation, the fight's just over immediately. That was close.
It's going to be fine in Lal.
Scanning.
And even easier for Pure to get in position for the big Requiem follow-ups now with the Hurricane Pike complete.
And he's got this Aegis to play around too, so it's just much easier for him to approach these fights. He can actually be in a more dangerous position now too. Yeah, Spirit, it feels like it has to come through some toss back and reposition play. Miro.
Oh, he blinks in, but they were very quick with the Dragon Tail. He dies.
He got baited.
He felt that maybe he could go for a Wisdom Rune steal, but they were ready for him.
A huge catch.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there from Miro.
Yeah, finally slowing down that momentum. I mean, blinking in for that Wisdom Rune, pretty crazy. I don't think he expected that many heroes to be set up. Because if they don't have literally like all of them there to get the chain stun, he's probably just BKBs and gets out. Nicely done there from Spirit setting the trap. Can they get more kills? 20 seconds, and they look to get another catch. They're gonna try with the roll, but it's deep.
See what they can get here.
On save.
Bushwhack and the punch, they've got him.
It's a good kill. Sequence of kills one by one. And they get the tower. Finally getting something then going their way. How close is he to the Conda as well in the Tiny? So Laurel, he is about to pretty much have it done. So another potential burst that they can go for if they can catch, if they can get the initiation. Pure.
A tool to teach.
The attacker. It's ready to go hunting. They get the rocket flare onto Maposhka.
Can he play his way out of this? He can. Nicely done. And now Pure. They're going to look for the catch since he's split up.
He's going to have to BKB.
He just uses it. And the hook shot is there.
The control's in for Katsumi. They get the cogs down as well to trap Lal. Lal punished for this, and now with the Demonic Purge, they're looking over towards Satanic. He still has the BKB ready to pop.
Miro's here.
To pop it now.
The
RP's ready with the follow. They have to lock down. Pure comes in with the DPS to take him out.
It's a slight hiccup there for a moment, but immediately when Miro responds...
They're getting more as well, up towards their base. They find Root.
And the present stacks, Owen.
Here's the push. They got the creeps coming in.
He's got 3 stacks. This Rax could be in jeopardy. No Tiny, no DK. It's going to die so fast. They've got to use the glyph.
Spirit with just the 2 of them. Very little chance of pushing back this Shadow Fiend.
The tower is going to go down. Pure, he wants to stick around. He still has the 3 stacks. It dies fast, and it is going down. Awkward jump. They really wanted to go for Pure, but he has backup of his allies, and he had the BKB. Man, he just used it. And the Aegis. And a quick, easy hook shot is all it takes to just catapult them into this lead even more so. Up to 12k and a Rax lead now as Miposhka.
They're going to find him. Skewers at the ready. Hook shot as well.
He does buy the blink. He is able to purchase that one in time, but another kill. And Pure, does he still have the stacks going? I think he does if he gets in range. He's gonna keep it going. So 4 stacks of the lasting presence. They might just continue this pressure. Oh, the worst case scenario when you give up those kills if the SF turns up.
Use gold given.
40 seconds still to push with this Aegis.
30 seconds until they've got the RP back online, and we've seen how well these Magnuses can just pull people out of the base.
He's getting close to Ags too. He's halfway there. Pure. He still has the buff. He wants to continue. Can Laurel do tossback plays? Let's see.
He's gonna try,
but there's creeps.
not able to get the position to get him back inside of the base. Standing up onto him, coming in with a Rolling Thunder as well. The disruption comes out from Save, keeping the Aegis protected. Aegis very shortly about to expire. They'll pop it first. So he's going to be back for round 2. Full HP, full mana on the back lines. Malik Rolling Thunder comes to an end. They get the drag back onto the 3, and then BKB into the Requiem, but the punch is there. We'll stop the Requiem for now. Pure, he'll be able to rev it up again the second time. There's 3 dead. Miposhka to fall. Triple kill for Pure.
You can't give this team Magnus in those type of situations. That's it.
They
That's
tap
game.
out.
8 presents
Well,
stacked.
there we go, ladies and gentlemen. BetBoom. They're going straight to the grand finals. I don't think there was any doubt of it after game 2, and especially after seeing the beginning of this game 3. It was a crazy game 1.